said that, that's him, 100%. I mean, with me hearing his voice, I'm like, it's unconfirmed, but if you got friends that knew with them saying it's confirmed, then I gotta say, hey, this is probably Brian but I did send it to the FBI. I did clip that. I also through 80,000 phone calls, found the number, sent this to the FBI as well, and they have that, and hopefully they get out that information.
Good. Do you know that they are in receipt of it? Did they connect you at all?
I know they have it. I've never got an email back yet.
Last time we restarted this, let's run it up, man. I need y'all to drop them hashtags in the comments. Yeah. Here we go.
Said that, that's him, 100%. I mean, with me hearing his voice, I'm like, it's unconfirmed, but if you got friends that knew with them saying it's confirmed, then I gotta say, hey, this is probably Brian but I did send it to the FBI. I did clip that. Also through 80,000 phone calls, found the number, sent this to the FBI as well, and they have that, and hopefully they get out that information.
Good. Do you know that they are in receipt of it? Did they connect you at all?
I know they have it. I've never got an email back yet.
Boy, oh boy, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Make sure you hit the like button as you come in, subscribe to the channel, resubscribe, whatever you're doing. We're about to turn up, though. I appreciate everybody that's in here tonight. We got a lot to talk about. I miss you guys. We are diving back in head first. Texas Lollipop, I see you in the chat. Shars Angel, it's nice to see you. Can you guys hear me? How's the mic sound? We clear? Are we good? I need to know. Jolie, are we good? We got good sound? What's up, though? I need you guys to smash the like button, share the video out on all platforms. We're getting back to what we, love doing. You know what I mean? So I need everybody in here to just clap it up for yourself for being here tonight. I appreciate all the support and love. But we got a lot to talk about. How do we sound tonight? We sound good? Sounds good. All right, bet. Delana, I appreciate you for real for being a member for 30 or for 40 months. That's absolutely insane. And you've stood behind me this whole time, and I do appreciate that. Thank you. Give yourself a round of applause. Shout out to Mama D. I do appreciate that. Yeah, we're back, Gypsy. What's going on? We got a lot to talk about Elena Moore. I do dive into the Elena Moore case. There's a lot that's weird with that. The husband being cleared very fast. The way that she was seen on Ring camera when she came up, and I don't know if she had a mark on her neck, but there was some things that I seen that I kind of want to go over with you guys here tonight that I thought was kind of weird within this case that I looked at. Kathy, welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me know if the sound's good. You say your YouTube's effed up. Nice to see you, Gypsy. Mama's the bomb. Nice to see you. I appreciate you guys up in this. Let me read. What's good? You said, what's good? What? What's good, people? Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, too. I do want to say that and salute to y'all. And before we get into tonight, I also want to, say a prayer for just because, we look at dark stuff. We talk about these dark things, and people really don't understand how dark it is and how it can really get into your mental and how deep we get into this on the trenches, the front lines of being a voice. We look at very grimy, dark details within stories. So before we hop into it and do that, I kind of want to reiterate the purpose here. So dear, guys, bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, before we begin tonight's stream, we pause and give you all the honor and glory and praise. And thank you for allowing us to gather once again as the RevGang family. Thank you for every person watching and every family represented here and every soul that has been found their way to this community. Lord, as we relaunch this platform, I ask for your guidance over every word spoken, every discussion had, and every path we take moving forward. And the journey that brought us here. The struggles, the setbacks, the victories, and the lessons that I've learned along the way. Now, today, we place this new chapter in your hands, Lord. And Father, this community was built on being a voice for the voiceless, and we cover stories that many people turn away from. We discuss tragedies, missing persons, victims of violence, grieving families, and difficult truths. We know that some of the things that we investigate and talk about are very dark, and we know that evil exists in this world. And because of that, we ask for your protection over this stream, this platform, and every member of the RevGang family. Now, Lord, place a hedge of protection around us. Guard our hearts, minds, and spirits from anything that seeks to bring fear, darkness, division, or negativity into our lives. Give us the discernment to separate truth from rumor, wisdom to speak carefully, and compassion for every family affected by the cases that we discuss. Father, I pray for every victim whose story has brought us together. We pray for the missing, for those who cannot speak for themselves, and for the families desperately searching for answers. Comfort those who are hurting, strengthen those who are grieving, and bring light into places where there is darkness and truth where there's confusion. Lord, I ask you to watch over my family, protect my children, my loved ones, and everyone close to my heart. Keep them safe from health, or keep them safe and healthy, and surround them by your grace, and continue to guide me down the path that you brought me to. Bring light into spaces where there is darkness. In the name of thy son, Jesus Christ, amen. I appreciate you guys here tonight. We got a lot to talk about. The first thing that I kind of want to talk about is like, what is this timeline with Elena Moore? Like, when I'm looking at the story, there's so many gaps and spaces in the timeline. It doesn't make any sense, you know? And I really want to dive into the topic of discussion. We're going to view the interview, and we got the setup back to where we had it. So don't panic about, is this the live going to be the same? Is it going to be like it used to be? Yes, it's going to be, because that's how committed we are. No more half-ass bullshit. Excuse my language, but we're diving back into that bag. I appreciate you, Verica. Nice to see you, Trevor. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Just have a round of applause. I appreciate you tapping in with me tonight. Ruth, thank you for the 40 months, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you. Man, it's crazy to see people that support for that long. 40 months is a long, long time. Texas Lollipop. Thank you for, thank you. I know, was it Texas Lollipop or was it Cindy? It's Cindy. I appreciate you. You see this? You helped get this, and I do appreciate that. So thank you for that. I appreciate it so much. So sounds good. Nice to see you, Amber. Tap in. Make sure, and shout out to the members. I'm going to be updating all the member perks and stuff like that. We're going to be getting right back on it, but we're getting it right though. We're getting it right. What's going on, B. Wilson? Nice to see you. Dang, there's a lot of stars in here. Michelle Mouse, thank you for the 41 months. Thank you. I appreciate your loyalty and just rocking with me for that long. That shows a lot. Thank you, Lollipop, for the 39 months. I appreciate you. Diane, thank you. Gypsy, thank you. I want to get this out the way so we can get to the comments. Thank you, Shelly, for the 41 months. I really do appreciate it. 38 months, solid. Leisure, thank you for the 42 months. I appreciate you. Doc Terry, thank you. Zonia Pride, thank you. I just want to get these out the way before I forget. So shout out to y'all. You said glad you're back. Thank you, Joey. I can't wait to tap into this conversation because, again, this chick, I don't know, like the husband, it's a weird situation. I don't know all the details in the story, but they're saying that the husband's like clear already. And it's kind of weird. And I want to talk specifically about an interview that came out that has her friend in it. And her friend's kind of saying otherwise. And let me pull this up. Let me remove this and add it back. Right? We're going to add it back. Here we go. And it's shout out to Brian Enton. He's the one who, tapped into this. Let me know if I'm echoing right now. I don't want to be echoing. You said, I'm not familiar with the case, but here for it. Well, appreciate that, Justice. Happy Father's Day. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Diane said, hi, everyone. You streaming from New York now? Nah, no New York. In Jesus' name. Yes, drop it. Let me catch up to the comments in here real quick. T-REV, my dude. What's going on, Vance? Nice night, appreciate you joining me here tonight. Appreciate it. But let's dive into this specific video, the friend talking. And then I kind of want to go back and revisit what I've already watched, which was, the beginning of the case, the rain cam, where she came up on rain camera and they interviewed the people that were there, right? Or I'm sorry, the person's DoorDash, because she walked up, there was a DoorDash being dropped off. She picked it up and it was a real weird exchange. I don't understand it, and that's kind of why I wanted to bring it to your guys' attention if you didn't know about this case at all, because it just stood out to me. It was another weird thing. It kind of reminded me of maybe Erica Miller, or I don't know any other cases it reminded me of. But what I'm trying to say is, in the Ring camera, she seemed disoriented. I wouldn't even just say disoriented. I would say maybe running from somebody or on some type of medication that's making her mind be somewhere else, right? And I can kind of relate with what I seen in that camera. It looked like somebody who was having a panic attack, that was confused, right? So let's tap into that tonight. I want to see what you guys think, and we can open up some phone lines, and I'll even let some of you guys call in and we can talk about it, So let's do that. Let's jump into it. Again, this is Brian Enton. He actually interviews the friend, and the friend says some things in here that are, do we believe her, or do we think that she's just trying to get prime time on TV? Right? Is she trying to get, and this is all allegedly, again, if you're here, this is for entertainment purposes only. We're having a discussion. We're bringing a light to everything that we talk about here. So again, allegedly, I don't know. If you haven't heard it from law enforcement, it's obviously BS, they say, right? But let's jump into it. Let me know how the sound is as I play a little bit of this.
With Sandra Campbell. This is a close friend of Elena's. Sandra, I'm so sorry for what happened to your friend. It's just such a terrible situation. If you don't mind, just tell me first about the last time you saw Elena and kind of what stands out to you.
We went to brunch May the 31st. A couple girls, a couple of her clients were there, friends I had known before. We all met up. Elena is loves a new place, loves to, kind of host something and get people together, and people that's entrepreneurs, people like herself. So she invited me out, and when she showed up, she just looked really nervous. She wasn't calm. She was kind of looking around. She kind of got up once and walked to the door and was looking out the door. She wasn't fidgety or anything. I have a video from that day. I just kind of went around the table, and she was fine, as far as, she was in her right mind and everything like that. We all had brunch. We laughed. We talked. She was across the table from me. I had to go pick my son up.
What's going on,
I hugged her bye. She hugged me.
See, and it's a weird exchange, because she brings up a few things about a conversation that they had, right? It's some deep shit type of thing. And it kind of was I don't know, is she insinuating, or is she making it sound a little more extreme than it was, or is she really, trying to get something across? And that's what I'm trying to depict, because you got to understand that when we're hearing from these, third parties, or should I say, friends that are speaking out, a lot of them are going to side with them. So we really don't know what the situation is. That's why I kind of want to hone in on what she's saying.
And she hugged me really tight and was we've got to catch up one-on-one. There was still about 4 or 5 girls there. And she's I can't talk right now. But it's I'm scared for my life. It's crazy shit right now. She said those words. And I said, what are you talking about? What? And she's you don't even know. She's it's too much right now in front of these people. We've got to, me and you one-on-one. But I'm afraid for my life type shit. She's I'm with Jersey. That was another one of her friends. I guess that made me feel a little bit more comfortable that, I figured that she was hanging out with her a lot, maybe staying with her. I know Jersey lived close to them. And so I, sorry about that. That was it. She didn't, as far as people saying the mental health things, that bothers me, the negative.
I mean, the people are, I think, for her, right? I know what she's saying, because I've been watching. I've been keeping a little eye on this case, so I kind of know a few things about this case. So I know what she means when she says, hey, it bothers me when people talk mental health. But when, from the outside looking in, when you look at that Ring cam footage, what person is walking up and picking up somebody else's DoorDash and then handing them the DoorDash? What person is really doing that? Not too many people on a regular basis is picking up, or let's just say a delivery in general, right? There's a delivery dropped off at a house. She walks up behind the person delivering it, and then she's picking up that bag, right? She's getting this bag and handing it to the customer, and redelivering it right away as he opens the door. And then she goes to walk in the house, kind of, it looks like, and the guy like shuts the door and closes it off. So it is kind of weird. It's weird. So people are probably thinking, like, is she having some type of mental episode? That's my personal opinion and take on that and angle of what people are saying.
Stuff about her that I'm seeing. Nobody knows behind closed doors kind of what went on with her and him, but I've witnessed telephone calls of how he talked to her and treated her, how we missed a concert one night because of her not wanting.
Again, if you're coming in, this is Elena Moore's friend that is speaking out, right? We're kind of honing in and looking at the angle of people, the husband. The husband was cleared fast, right? He was allegedly ex-law enforcement. Is this being covered up? Is there a good old boys type of thing going on in this town in Lexington?
I wanted to be around him because of the way he was treating her.
Or New Lexington.
Those tickets were expensive. But we had a better night. We went out ourselves to eat dinner and had a great time. The video, the DoorDash, to me, when I look at that, it is very sad.
Right here.
Elena's clients can tell you that's not what she looks like in the gym when she's even working out and hot and getting her, fit on. She doesn't look like that. She was.
Hold on. I kind of want to show this big screen real quick. I want to show this video big screen so we can hone in. Because let me know what you think. Does it look like she might have just been attacked? Right? Was she attacked? Did somebody attack her at all? That's what I want to see.
Panting. She was breathing very heavily. She looked to me like maybe
there we go.
She was disoriented a little bit.
Attacked?
I believe this is the day that I was told she went into the hospital, that police took her there, and when it all began with the Three Rivers mental facility.
So she went into a mental facility?
Yes. I don't know how that happened. She went from the hospital straight to the Three Rivers.
There we go.
It obviously was herself doing it. Like, they couldn't keep her there because she left on her own. I'm not really familiar with that whole story. I don't know why it's not being talked about more. I don't know if she has a mental health diagnosis besides anxiety. That's what she has told me before in the past. And she's had to, we've dealt with that. I've dealt with anxiety too. So we've dealt with that kind of together. She's so uplifting and so positive, and there is no way. I don't know who did this. The Duke's investigator really saddened me on live when he said that no one in the family had any worries of anything happening in the marriage. No friends or family he's spoken to. What friends or family? I don't even know if her family's been contacted. I know they're reached out to. I don't know if they're here yet. His family? Who hired you? His family? Him?
Right. She's talking about who hired you, as in, I'm pretty sure she's speaking about the private investigator that's on the case, which he's really never made sense from the get-go since I've been peeking at this case. Never. He's never made sense. But in general, for the people that are coming in this case, just to give you a heads up, right? The search for a missing Midlands woman came to a tragic end last week as the body of 39-year-old Elena Moore was discovered in Lexington County. Now, below is a look. I'm going to read this little article that I got, right? Below is a look at what we know so far in the, hold up, let me regather myself. Below is a look at what we know so far as the investigation into her death continues. Now let's break it down. Moore reported missing. Moore was first reported missing on June 12th, and having last been seen at Planet Fitness location on Whiteford Way in Lexington the evening prior. The Lexington police say that she was known to frequent the gym, and Moore was seen walking away from Planet Fitness toward Woods behind a nearby Lowe's home improvement store. Now, she was wearing an olive green zip-up hoodie with black athletic pants with the photo of Moore at the gym. Later was released to police, which is right here, which I'll show you in a second. The search intensified on June 15th when a large presence of law enforcement and first responders were seen near the Lowe's location, right? So at the time, the effort was not considered a recovery operation, but rather the attempted to rule out one less place Moore could be. Now, during that search, Lexington Police Department, Missy Silcox told WIS that Moore's husband was the person who reported her missing. Now, at that time, Silcox also said they did not suspect foul play, nor did they believe she was in any imminent danger. Now, No trace of Moore was found, and crews later cleared the scene. Let me play this real quick and see what it says. 1 second. You guys could hear it.
And your first alert about a search for a missing woman in Lexington. Several agencies are on scene off of Sunset Boulevard.
I've already seen it, but it says the following day, Lexington police released another image showing Moore. This time, she was walking through the parking lot of the Publix location on Old Cherokee Road, a half mile from the Planet Fitness. The footage was also taken nearly 3 hours later, or 3 hours after she was seen at the gym. Now, this time, these are pictures that they have of her walking, which some of them are kind of weird to me, to be honest with you. Don't add up. Like this one, for instance, which I'm going to save right now and pull up on the screen to the left. You guys will see it. 1 second. JPG. Let me make this a JPG file for y'all. JPG.jpg. We could pull this joint up real quick. Check this out. No. Where'd it go? I got it. There we go. Here it is, right about here. Now, when I see this photo right here, let me make it big screen real quick. When I see this photo, it kind of looks like she was getting beat on. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's allegedly. Again, allegedly, if you haven't heard it from law enforcement, it is absolutely not true. But this looks as to be somebody who's going through some domestic violence, in my opinion. Allegedly. Again, it's not a fact. I'm not saying it's a fact. That's my opinion. I do believe this looks like someone who is going through domestic violence, who is just, probably minds in a whole different place. And I just don't understand. What's going on, Low 12? Nice to see you. Long time no see, my friend. Appreciate everybody coming in. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We will be back killing the live game again, like always. You guys already know. We're back. We got everything right, Oh, my God. We're in the building. You already know what time it is. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yeah, they don't know nothing about that, huh? Block his ass. Block his ass. No, I'm just playing. Don't block mods. Don't block nobody either. Like, give everybody a chance. Screw it. Everybody needs a new chance, But look, this lady, she looks like she was getting beat or something, allegedly. Scrubble said breathing heavy. Yeah, most definitely breathing very, very heavy. If you watch that rain cam footage, which we're going to watch. Cassie, what's going on? You're back. I know I seen your Facebook comment. You were talking about go live now. You're lying. I seen that. Shout out to you. Delana Mama D says Elena Catherine Moore, a 39-year-old personal trainer from Lexington, South Carolina, went missing on June 11th of 2026, and her body was discovered a few days ago. Thank you for updating people in chat, just to give them a heads up, because some people don't know about this case, as I'm seeing, which is kind of crazy to me. Because right now I feel like they're still, I don't know if they really identified or not, but it's kind of weird how everything has been happening in this case. You guys know we followed a lot of cases, and I've never seen anything like they've been doing in this one, just in live time. And the fact that the husband was ex-law enforcement, and then you have a friend speaking out saying, nah, there was marital problems. And again, we are going to go through the ring cam footage. We're going to go through a couple videos and listen to them. And then I'll open up the lines, and maybe I want to hear from a few people. If you guys do want to call in, that's up to you. We do have a new phone number though, so make sure you lock that in, 757-276-8703. Again, in a little bit, when I do open up the lines, if you want to call in, you're more than welcome to. It is 757-276-8703. Spark up the conversation, join the debate. We're in it. Hold on, let me scoot this over. Look back through but this is kind of, again, it did. Her face, does it look like her face is bruised? It, like, to anybody in chat, does it look like her face is bruised? Because it looks like that to me. Right. That's what I was thinking. Looks like she was choked and slapped. Block his head. Oh, my God. I agree. It does look like that. It does. That's the first thing that I thought when I seen it. He said, Jesus, what? Has this channel been on, Trev? I missed you. It's on now. I ain't been on in a long time, but we're back though. I will get back into doing it full time. I've just been working my ass off. I'm my own person in general. Like, independence is everything to me. We'll be back on here full time as soon as as soon as it's right. Y'all want me on here full time, then pop in the lives. That's that. Mama Bear, what's going on? Nice to see you too. I appreciate you joining the stream tonight. Yes, I am back. Midlife Wanna. I appreciate you, Midlife Wannabe. You know, that's a fire name. Midlife Wanna. Looks like her face is red. Will you be taking unknown callers? Yeah, Midlife Wannabe. You know, we take unknown callers, man. Have a real conversation ready, and you know, maybe we'll talk to you. So glad you're back, Kansas gal. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, damn sure wasn't expecting what? Well, damn sure wasn't expecting to see you on the streets tonight. Welcome back. Thank you. I appreciate that, Nandil. Yeah, we back. Love you, T-REV. Thank you. I appreciate that, Doc Terry. Let's get back into this video, though. I do want to hone in on a couple things that this woman says, because she says a few interesting things that stand out to me in this video. So let's continue watching this real quick before we take a couple calls.
He didn't talk to me about anything. He didn't ask me if there was problems in the marriage. I said, I called him because it was worrisome. And I was like, you're on live television. He said, ma'am, he got upset with me because I was upset that he didn't talk to me. There was problems with that marriage. They were separating. I know Brandon told you that. So are you trying to say he didn't?
Man, smash that like button. We need 100 likes in here. Smash the like. Straight up. Smash it, like it, share it. Let them know T-REV's back on the streets and we about to turn up and build it back from the ground up the right way in the original format that we all started with. So yeah, we doing that.
Ma'am, this is for Lexington County to, have control over now. She's been deceased. She's been found deceased. I said, but you were saying these things while she was still alive.
Yeah. When you saw her last, was it May 31st? Is that right?
That's correct.
Did she, because in that doorbell video, it's like she looks confused. Like I was wondering, do you think she might have been having some kind of mental break or something? Like, some kind of.
I heard too, it's like I'm saying, everything's flying around because we're not getting like answers it's like crickets from the police and investigators, which I know that takes some time, but she's dead. And I feel like that was concerning to me, very concerning the way she looked, but she looked scared. I know what my friend looks like when she's nervous and we're out. He calls her and he's like made her, there's no one that she talks to male wise at all. Like their neighbors, are Brandon's friends. Mostly the family don't really speak with Elena a lot. Brandon's family. It's really just Brandon and Elena, and he made sure that she always knew that.
I need to fix
all you have is
I'm just fixing my camera real quick. I'm here, y'all. We're watching.
What is Elena like before all this? Like she seems like a wonderful person.
She's so positive. She is so uplifting. Like her head is on her shoulders. Like she is. I'm a little older than Elena, and she is someone I look up to. That's
and Midlife Wannabe. I already know you're Wallat Harris, but you're his biggest troll, my biggest troll that follows me. And we love you. You come in and sit down. We do appreciate the penny for your thoughts. Drop it in the bucket.
She had kind of hard childhood. She conquered so much on her own, and like I say, her clients will tell you the same. She worked hard. Most of her pictures Brandon took. I think he was proud of her too, her body, her career. But she did get a job at CVS to try to obtain insurance, to have health insurance, because she started having some health issues with her heart. And so that was concerning for me when she was missing.
Oh yeah, and again, that's another detail. Supposedly she went into you said, hold up, need to mention that the husband only offered $1,000 for info to her whereabouts, and the other $500 was from donations. Who offers $1,000 for a missing person? That's a very subjective thing. I mean, I get what you're saying. But I also could see the other side too. I can see both sides. I see what for sure. You said original is best. Thank you. I appreciate that, Shelly. Yeah. How do you think the husband's super sus, baby? What about you guys in chat? Brian Enton, I watch a lot of his reporting. I think it's fire. He's on point with it and brings us the stories, and things that we want. We need to spread it out though and be a voice. Glitter B, it's so nice to see you though. Glitter B's the one who made the thing. Glitter B, shout out to Glitter B. KC in the building. Nice to see you, my friend.
Talking about mental health, but why aren't we talking about her heart condition? We know that she has that. I know that she's been on a heart monitor. Brandon knows that. Did she have her medicine for that? You know, was she put on a medication from the facility? There's a lot of questions that's not answered. And I just feel like, is my friend's body just sitting there alone still? Like I don't know why she left CVS. We never got to talk about that. I don't know if it was personal reasons and those were it, because there was interference. You know, she couldn't really do her job right when she was always stressed out and crying.
That looks like someone who was that looks like some domestic violence was going on, allegedly. Again, if you haven't heard it from law enforcement, it is not true, and this is for entertainment purposes only. We come here to have a conversation that other people might not want to have. Is the husband involved in this case? We have no idea, but they cleared him mighty fast, and that stands out to me. I want to come on, we got to be a voice for this woman. Is she going to get justice, or is this going to be another good old boys, let's cover it up? Allegedly.
There was a lot of that when she worked there. She tried to keep it together, you know, inside, but like she would break down on breaks and stuff like that to me.
So their marriage was.
I know that there's been problems for years, kind of, but there has been good times. So that makes me wonder too, what the heck is going on here? Like I say, my friend she's not a druggie or a drunk. Those things hurt me. She's very classy, very sophisticated. So like, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. This must be so hard.
For sure. Heart condition.
I can't believe someone could hurt.
Mama D, I heard about that. Yeah, I keep hearing the heart condition part, right? I keep hearing that. You said, who is Root? Who is you? It's good to see most of you guys. Miss Shelly Mouse. So you starting trouble already. No, I'm just kidding. No trouble. Let's keep it. You know, I don't who likes who and who doesn't like what. We got to work together and get these stories out and have these conversations. That's what we got to do.
She's also strong, and she could probably kick somebody's butt that tried to come after her if it was a stranger. Elena exercised a lot. She didn't go walking at nighttime alone. She's very aware of her surroundings. That's one thing I'll say too. She's observing, and she's not going to take any crap. She's going to tell you the truth.
What's going on, Lily?
That's her. She's a go-getter. She's gonna make you get it too. And if you're ever having a bad day, she's gonna tell you you're worthy.
We're gonna dive into that.
She's that person. She's uplifting, and she's got me through some really tough times. When my son was sick and stuff, and just good morning, beautiful. I'm listening to some of her voice messages she just sent me out of the blue. Elena had loved her life.
So she was always there for you.
What was that?
She was always there for you, it sounds like.
Always there for me. There's no way I can't advocate for this person. And it's just the questions and then the lies, and then I don't know what to believe is true or not. But you know, like I say, I gotta take up for her, and I've gotta present the positive things and who she was, because that's facts. These are facts of who she was as a person. And, you know, even on the hard days, she worked out. And why would she go to Planet Fitness?
You know, we're going to go over this timeline too. Hold up. We got to go over the timeline because it's kind of weird. So the timeline, Elena Catherine Moore, 39, was last seen leaving Planet Fitness in Lexington, South Carolina on June 11th. Now, surveillance reportedly showed her walking toward a wooded area near a Lowe's store. Her disappearance was described by police as very out of character, and her husband reported her missing the following day. Multiple agencies, including the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, became involved in the search, and a body was later found in a wooded area and subsequently identified as Elena Moore. Authorities opened up a death investigation and awaited autopsy findings. That's what they're saying. But I want to know the number one thing that I have in mind is, why was she scared? Why did she look scared? That's what it looked like to me. And the close friend that we're listening to right now, the close friend publicly stated that Elena told her she was scared for her life, which you're going to hear in a couple minutes. Okay. So before we get into those things, that's where we're at now with it, and that's what we're watching real quick.
Yes, to tan or do red light therapy or to work out to go and unalive herself. big question to me. It doesn't make sense. And why was drones put out, but yet you weren't on your feet looking for my friend right when she was reported missing, since it had already been a long time, but like the day before when she really was missing.
So let me just go back for a second to when you last saw her, May 31st. Was there, I know what you said, she said to you about being upset at the end of you hanging out, but did you think she seemed confused at all or anything like in the doorbell video?
Nope. She was definitely in her right mind. And no, the other girls at the luncheon could tell you she's, like I said, she holds herself very well. The only thing at the beginning, before we all like got really situated, she was looking around and kind of looking out the door a little bit. She went to the door and looked out.
But I need everybody to smash the like button as you're coming in. We're getting back on. Y'all don't think I know that I said in the past that I was going to be on, but it just wasn't right. The time is right now. We got our setup. We got our 2 screens back. We got our soundboard. We got, we back in the building for real. They don't believe it, but you're going to see it every day, almost every day anyways. And I will do it full time once we build right back up. We'll be full time. So make sure that you support the channel, hit the like button, share the streams out. That's all I ask. Share the streams out, smash that like button, share stories. If you want to send any information, you have any information, send it to RevGangTrueCrime@gmail.com. If you have anything that you want to talk about, I will be inviting people up sometimes, experts, etc. Call-ins. We're doing call-ins. You already know that. I don't care if there's 10 of us in here or 1,000. We're going to run it.
I didn't never see her phone. And like I saw her 2 fingernails broke. And I just was like, She kind of moved differently. So at the end, when I hugged her, I was like, are you good? She's like, we got to catch up. She's like, it's bad. And I was like, what? She's like scared for my life type shit.
How are you doing right now?
There we go.
I'm not good. I'm sick.
What's going on, Brian?
Like, I'm sick. She loved her life. She wanted more. She just wasn't going to stop until she got more, She wanted to keep going. She wanted to be bigger. She wasn't going to stop. Like, oh my God. She did it like every day. I don't know. Like I say, what's inside the house every day. Nobody knows behind closed doors. But what I seen, and she posted a lot. And when she stopped posting, that was worrisome to me because I felt like there he is in control again of her telephone and her posting. I've done that before.
Have you talked to her family at all?
No. Nobody but the girl, Meredith, that she was raised with, that she grew up with. She kind of moved out of her home when she was younger, like a young teen, into the home with her and her family. First, like to feel more safe. I don't think a lot of things was going good where she was, staying with her siblings and the household she was in.
We're gonna get back in the algorithm. You just gotta smash the like button, comment in the video, talk in the chat, call in, and it'll work itself back up. I don't want to focus too much on that. I more want to focus on the conversation at hand. I more want to focus and bring light to everything like we always had, and we're doing that.
And I think she wanted to, maybe more freedom or, whatever it was that she did, she moved in with them and lived with them till early college years. And then I think that's when she came to South Carolina. She had previously dated a guy before Brandon, but Brandon's really all I know of her dating besides just hearing about the first boyfriend.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry for everything you're going through. It's just terrible.
It's like a nightmare. And you wake up and you're like seeing it again. And it's like, but it's not fair for her to not. I just can't believe it. And I'm not going to not tell the truth of what come out of our conversations and what I witnessed and what I heard on phones and what she told me with her own mouth. I missed a call on June the 4th.
Me too.
And then I've never got in touch with her again.
She called you on the 4th?
Mm-hmm. She didn't text me. She called and I missed it. And she didn't leave a message. Like I say, sometimes she would voice memo me and I didn't think nothing about it. And I called and like her phone would just ring and stuff. So I was just thinking we were phone tagging and then I see she's missing. Like I nothing is said about any of that hospital stuff until here.
So what's interesting is somebody just said in chat that the husband came out and put a cease and desist for her to pretty much shut her mouth. Well, I mean, So you put a cease and desist out for her to shut her mouth. And he allegedly used to be ex law enforcement in this same area. Correct me if I'm wrong, allegedly. Right? So, interesting. It's a little weird. I mean, he was cleared a little too soon. So because, you know, if it was one of us, they wouldn't come out and clear us like that. You know, what's up? Just because you worked law enforcement one time and you got friends that work in there, now all of a sudden you're exempt and cleared so fast. Everything's done in a timely manner for you. Is there information that we need to know about? I mean, sometimes you got to put some information out. This woman went to somebody's house, tried to pick up their DoorDash and she looked very out of place and disoriented. So something just stands off about it. Was she running from somebody? Was she in a car with somebody? Was she being punched on by a man, by a little punk, by a little bitch smacking women around? Is that what it was? Was somebody allegedly? Again, allegedly. If you haven't heard it from law enforcement, it is not true. We're just having that discussion. Was a man beating the hell out of this woman, and she was so disoriented and off in left field that she just wanted help? Is that what was going on? Talk to me. What's happening?
Reports are missing.
I really, really appreciate Sandra for taking the time to talk with me. It's important to point out that
what's going on?
Moore's husband is not a suspect or anything like that. There's been no indication of anything like that. And we really don't know much about the investigation except that SLED is now investigating, but we don't even know a cause of death. And her husband is the one who did report her missing. And what led up to that and some of the things that you heard.
So Brian Enton on this video, shout out to him again for covering this extensively and really getting a lot of the information from people who were working close and had some decent information. He's about to show the cam and I'm going to zoom in on it so we can kind of get a look. And I want to know everybody's honest opinion on what you think. Like, why would she go to a random person's house and pick up this DoorDash off the ground and then be found dead in the wooded area later? Why? Why is she picking up somebody's DoorDash? She knows it's not her place. She doesn't know these people. You get what I'm saying? And she's like, oh, delivery. Like, it's super weird. It doesn't make any sense. I need help. Help me make it make sense.
Heard Sandra say, we're still trying to kind of nail down. About a week before she went missing, there is bizarre ring camera video from an apartment complex where she showed up at a door and seemed confused, according to residents. I'm going to play that video for you in full. Keep in mind that this is not her apartment, and there's a DoorDash delivery. She seems confused. I'm going to talk more about this in a minute, but first I just want to play the full video for you guys so you can see it for yourself.
Thank you. Do you mind if I take a picture with her? Oh, yeah. You can take that over. I just want to take a picture of the door.
Was delivering food.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, Joey.
Oh, shit.
Hold on. I want to play that back because she talks in it. Let me mute up too. Listen carefully. I'm going to play this. And again, I do want to know what you guys think. Like, what is it here? What is going on? What are we looking at? Or are you just as confused as I am? Spin it. We're going to run it right now. 1, 2, 3.
Missing. And what led up to that and some of the things that you heard Sandra say, we're still trying to kind of nail down. About a week before she went missing, there is bizarre ring camera video from an apartment complex where she showed up at a door and seemed confused, according to residents. I'm going to play that video for you in full. Keep in mind that this is not her apartment, and there's a DoorDash delivery. She seems confused. I'm going to talk more about this in a minute, but first I just want to play the full video for you guys so you can see it for yourself.
Thank you. Do you mind if I take a picture with her? Oh, yeah. You can take that over. I just want to take a picture of the door. Thank you.
To me, it looks like she's escaped somebody and she's just happy to see other living life. Allegedly.
Oh, shit. I just don't want to see that.
Yep.
This is for you.
She went to walk in.
Just deliver it out?
Yeah.
That's so weird. That's so weird.
So what's going on in that?
Yeah, like what is going on in that? I agree. What is going on? I don't understand that whole interaction at all. But what I can say is just from looking at her body language, which, you know, we may have to hit the little paranormal on that because I feel like I be reaching people, man. I got a gift and but that's a whole different type of story. That's a whole different type of live stream. Make sure you subscribe to the paranormal channel because you know how we cook when we get that box in our hand. That intention is everything when it comes to that. But again, is Elena Moore happy to get away from this person? Is she happy to get away? Was she getting away from somebody and was just happy with the human interaction there, carrying that bag and handing it over to dude? Was she beaten so bad that her mind? I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But it is very weird.
Video. I want to bring in my colleague at News Nation, who I work with. She's also a News Nation correspondent. She's also from South Carolina, Mills Hayes. She obtained that video and has some insight. All right, I'm joined by Mills now. Thank you for taking the time to talk with me, Mills. I was saying earlier, you are actually from South Carolina. I didn't realize you actually went to that Planet Fitness. I didn't know you were from that close.
Yeah, no, I grew up in Lexington, South Carolina, graduated from there, the high school. And yeah, I used to go to that Planet Fitness where she was last seen, and pretty much everywhere around where she was last seen, I used to frequent pretty often. That's a shopping center. She was last seen at the Planet Fitness. That was what we thought. But then police released another image of her this past week, a couple of days ago, that she was last seen outside of that Publix. And to get to that Publix from that Planet Fitness, which she would have had to have done, there's like a whole string of different shops, like a TJ Maxx and everything. And then the end is that Publix, which would then take you down Old Cherokee Road, where she was last seen walking, and ultimately which the area where police went and found potentially her body. Of course, the coroner's office has not identified her for sure that this is her, but the police department did say.
Now, this was days ago. I'm pretty sure. I think they did by now, right? And most definitely got to have that. Sunglasses to hide injuries. Yeah. Again, it takes us back to this picture here. Look, like, does this look like somebody who's going through domestic violence? Let's look at this picture again. I mean, from your personal opinion. And you know what? I mean, what do you think? From your personal opinion, do you think that she was getting beat? I mean, that's what I see. I see a mark on her eye, on her right eye. Allegedly, it looks like it. Again, I don't know that to be fact, but from looking at this picture, it sure looks like she has a mark on her face. And, you know, who knows who put that mark there? I find it very disturbing and odd that she goes to this Planet Fitness. Not disturbing because people work out, right? But she goes there 2 hours every day. She's training people. She's a fitness trainer. Why is this woman? She's got mental health being planted on her. Is this a setup to just have a reason for her? Oh, she was just having a mental episode and she went into the woods and died. It smells cover-up-ish to me. In general, I'm about to say LOL. Listen to me. It smells cover-up-ish to me, and it doesn't make any sense. And I feel like they're quickly sweeping that shit under the rug. And I'm curious about why. Why was the husband cleared so fast, allegedly, according to law enforcement? But they could be playing some trickery dickory dock shit on her too.
That the body that they found there matches the clothing description from what she was wearing.
Yeah, we don't know the exact spot she was found. Like, it looks like they had the road closed. We kind of know the vague area, but what is that area like where she was found? Do we know, like, is that far from the Planet Fitness and the Publix?
No, it's about a mile away. So it's really not far at all. And it's at the corner. So it's an intersection of North Lake Drive and Old Cherokee. And if you go up North Lake Drive, you get to that's where the movies are at. And then if you go down Old Cherokee, it's really just kind of like a back road where there's a middle school, there's a couple local businesses, and there's a neighborhood there. And where they had the roads closed off, there is a creek that runs through that area. And I was actually reading that ABC, the local ABC there, spoke with a woman
video
today.
real quick.
They had interviewed some people that were outside of a makeshift memorial where she was found. And from their video, it looked like it was like a little bridge area, a wooded area that was that police would have had to step over to get into the wooded area where they found the body. So it looks like maybe that was where she.
This is another thing. Hold on, I'm pulling this up real quick because this is another thing that is kind of weird to me. I want to play this for y'all real quick. While I kind of got what I wanted out the way with that. Hearing the friend saying that she was scared for her life, etc.
But now I want to bring in Henry Dukes. We've had him on before. This is a private investigator who has been working.
I don't know if it was the husband that had hired this private investigator, but let's see how, you know, what he's saying in general.
To find more. Thanks so much for taking the time. I got to ask you.
It's kind of weird. This dude's kind of weird. He has absolutely no information, but yet he's on the news, like barely telling anybody anything.
Your reaction to what Ms. Campbell just said.
Thank you for having me. Well, I think the reaction I would have and listening to what she had to say, I think at this point, all we can do is step back.
I think she works. Ooh.
Let the law enforcement, let the coroner's office do their job and report the facts. It takes time to be able to come up with that.
But is there anything that you've seen to corroborate that they've, you know, Moore and her husband had this tense relationship that, you know, even in her interview, she said that they were about to separate?
I have not observed that in any fashion. Okay. The husband was wanting to do everything he could to, number one, find his wife, and number two, do anything he could to help her.
So he was trying to do everything to find his wife. Where was he at? I didn't see him speak out. Allegedly. I didn't see him speak out on video anywhere, on any videos I've been following. So what are we talking about? I'm telling you right now, if my girl went missing, I'm fucking knocking every wall down around this bitch. For real. You're going to see me everywhere. I'd be on my enemies' channels. Yeah, I don't care. I'd be everywhere that gave me a voice. What are we talking about? Shut that shit up. You ain't doing nothing. If I don't see your face everywhere, you ain't trying. If your loved one's missing and your face ain't everywhere to put that everywhere, then you ain't trying, bro. I don't give a fuck if you're ex-law enforcement, ex-security guard. It don't matter. That shit out of here.
And to be clear, you've spoken with him. You've had conversations with him.
I have.
Okay. And again, there's nothing that raised a red flag in your mind about what might be going on here.
You ain't tearing the city down. You
absolutely not. I mean, again, I said last night, when you look at that one video of the DoorDash incident, I mean, that raises a lot of concern.
Is it strange? There's been a lot of commentary. Is it strange that he...
I'll tell you again, if we mowing the city down, we're mowing the whole fucking city down. Somebody in my family goes missing. Shit. I'm just saying, man. Like, so I don't know, bro. You hired a private investigator. You got his face all out. I know social media can be a joke, but bro, if you go and look at social media, you might as well just step out. People are going to start digging into your shit. So you might as well just speak out, right? Come forward and speak. Stop being a little bitch. Excuse my language.
Apparently didn't report her missing until the next day, until that Friday.
I'm not going to say that it's necessarily strange. I think everybody reacts to the situations they are thrust into. You have to look at it as an individual that has law enforcement experience. He is also a private investigator. So when you look at all of that, I mean, and we weren't present when he was interviewed or talked to by the law enforcement. So we don't know what he was doing on that aspect, nor did I ask. That is not an area where I would want to cross into. That's for law enforcement to handle.
Do you know where he is, how he's responding to all this right now? Because again, you know, this is a big state.
Thank you for asking, Sandra. I'm doing pretty good. I appreciate y'all. I just want to take this moment to greet a few people that I said come in, and thank you again, Low 12, for becoming a member. Everybody who has became a member, and there's been a lot of support, so I do appreciate that. You said this video right here was weird. Yes, for sure, Jax. I agree. But yes, I've been doing good, very good. So good that I've been having the itch to get back on and just be back here with you guys. And I'm pushing for full time. So we're going to, you know, again, smash the like button as you're coming in, hit the like, join the conversation, jump in the chat, call, whatever. If you know, because I'm going to open those lines up here shortly. I'm just getting my shit off. So but it's just weird. It's one's mind boggling, and I need you guys. And there's another case that we're going to talk about too. Lynette Hooker? I want to say it's Lynette Hooker, the one that went missing on the boat, and that husband's weird. Allegedly. Weirdo.
Statement she's made. I believe she's made statements prior to that interview with Chris. Do you know how he's responding to it, how he's handling this?
Well, I mean, he's not, to be honest with you, he's not handling it good. I mean, he's lost his wife. He's lost a woman that he's cared about and been with for numbers of years.
Let me ask you this. When Lexington police were asked, is there foul play? They deferred to SLED. Is there anything you could read into that? I mean, is that standard protocol from what you've seen?
No, that is standard protocol, and there's a lot of elements.
If you want me back cooking again full time, come in, show support. We ain't begging for shit. Just smash that like button, share the stream. Again, join the conversation. And when I open the phone lines, call in and let's bring that good conversation again like we used to. It's going to take some time, but we're going to build it back up, and we're right back on there next.
Plays into that from my experience. One of them is that, there's a little bit of a question as far as the location, whether it was brought to my attention and I didn't even think about it. Was it in the city limits of Lexington, or was it in Lexington County? And that's, one reason. But also the biggest reason that you would bring the state law enforcement in to the picture is they have massive resources to be able to handle this thing. I'm not saying that Lexington Police Department cannot conduct a thorough investigation, right. but when it comes down to having to do toxicology, analyze things, do multiple interviews, travel to different locations, sometimes it's better.
Shout out to the new members. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's a done deal. Thank you. Angelica, thank you for the 43 months. I appreciate you. That's crazy. A lot of y'all been here for 40 months is wild. That type of support, if I'm not going full force and coming on here, then what's the point? I just found my purpose again. Shout out to my baby. She got me back locked in. If it wasn't for her, I don't think I would be sitting here with y'all tonight. So, shout out to her. I love her. And she's really got me back on track. And if you can't tell, we're back cooking. And ain't nobody going to do shit about it besides sit here and either push it, be a voice, help us be the voice that we were already, because I truly have seen a lot of you. And I, from the inside of my heart, appreciate every single one of you that have rocked with me this whole entire time. The wait is over with, though, and there's nothing that they can do. We're back, baby. How about that? Clap it up. Let's cook.
And that's the purpose of the state law enforcement division, is to support other agencies.
Henry, can you clear something up for me? There was a local report where apparently a Lexington resident said that SLED showed up at his door, asked questions. He then said that they found the body under a bridge. Is that accurate?
I know that it was found in the area of a bridge at that intersection of North Lake and Old Cherokee, right in that area where if just the picture that you have up at the screen, you can see the guardrail there on the right-hand side of it. If you're facing, that would be coming down Old Cherokee, crossing over North Lake and ending, going into where they have it blocked off. There is a guardrail there. I think it's, if I remember correctly, I think it's called 14 Mile Creek.
Okay. Look, we're going to stay on top of this. We're going to see if the coroner comes forward with this autopsy and the results of this autopsy, maybe sooner rather than later. I mean, there's a lot of tension on this case. I don't know if that's going to have an effect, but we're going to stay on top of this. Henry, obviously you have an open platform here to tell us what you find as well. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and down.
I just thought I had to show you that because I didn't think he said shit. All I heard was mute. That's it. I couldn't even really hear him, Who's Trev talking about? T, please watch yourself with toxic women. Who's toxic? I feel you though. I understand what you're saying, but I don't know what you're talking about. The toxic ain't in this house though. He said, do we know if authorities interviewed that DoorDash deliverer? Yes, I'm sure they did. I think they did. I want to know, or not. I want to know, but I've definitely seen video. You want to see them talking? Actually, I'm gonna find it right now. There is a whole interview with them being talked to right now by a reporter. So I'm gonna pull that up. Watch this. I know Ashley Banfield has it. Ashley Banfield has a video of her talking to them. I'm glad you brought that up. Ashley Banfield. Here it is, right here. Where's the one that she's talking? Oh, here they are, right here. I got you.
A woman named Elena Moore.
Here we go. Right, we're gonna go to here. But I feel you though. Yes. Pull this over to here. Right here. Watch this. This is it.
Seriously, it's on my feed all the time, and I keep videos back. And Elena is apparently this very strange person. They didn't know at the time that this is Elena. It's just a strange lady. Now the strange lady is.
Continue smashing that like button as you're coming in. We are reviewing the people that actually own that footage, the camera footage. And shout out to, I'm pretty sure it was Char that brought it up. Thank you for bringing it up. The interview with them is brought up here. So yeah, I need that. That never goes over. I know. I got it. I'm gonna get it back. I'm hooking the board back up. We got a little bit of everything. You know, we got that.
Oh my God.
We got that.
Block
we got a little block his ass.
his
You know, we're gonna get everything back right though. I still gotta download a bunch of stuff.
At their neighbor's house and rifling through packages, which is strange. So the homeowner makes an inquiry like, what's up, right? And here's how she put it.
Well, when my lady come outside, she saw the lady still standing on the porch.
She was sitting in front of our neighbor's door, crisscross, and she had the neighbor's package, but she's on the phone, and I can't tell if she's looking up something or if somebody's on speakerphone, because I kind of hear something on the phone, but I don't hear any voices. And I'm like, I'm staring at her, and I'm like, that's our DoorDash lady. So I go take my dog potty. I come upstairs, and it's really, I'm like, do you know my neighbor? And she's like, no. And I was like, well, what are you doing? You know, sitting there. And she was like, she's kind of like, she's like, honestly, I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm like, okay, well, can you please, you know, leave his stuff alone? And she says, okay. And she gets.
I thought hold on, there's a very interesting part on this part right here, y'all. She says that after she did that at the, you know, doorbell cam or whatever, the Ring cam that caught her, that she was sitting at the neighbor's messing with his packages or whatever. What's really going on?
Up and walks down the hallway or walks down the stairs.
Okay. Here's something else that's very, very strange in this entire story. The location of the apartment complex where this video was recorded and a weird package thing happened at the neighbors. This is the Overlook Golden Hills Apartments, and it's only about 0.6 of a mile from the Planet Fitness.
Thank you.
That's where Elena was last seen on June 11th, right? Elena's home is not so close. It's like 6 miles away from the gym. So that's about a 12-minute drive. So odd things are happening around the Planet Fitness. And remember, Elena is actually a personal trainer, not necessarily at that Planet Fitness, but it's all kind of a puzzle with pieces that are scattered all over the place, trying to figure out where they all fit. But so she disappears. She's last seen at this Planet Fitness. The apartments where she shows up on camera a week before, taking a DoorDash off, order, that's only a little over a half mile away. She lives a 12-minute drive away, 6 miles away. So trying to figure out why Elena is spending odd time in the week that she's going to vanish, right? So Mills Hayes, this amazing reporter, also spoke with a few other people who know Elena, though they didn't want to be named. They want to remain anonymous in all of this. And they said that she was known around Lexington because she worked at the CVS and she was also a bartender at a couple of different bars. And they also said that she moved to Lexington from Russia and that she was adopted by a family there. Strange description. Not sure of the ages involved here, but I'm going to talk to Mills in just a second. So There was one source that told Mills that Elena had just gotten out of a place called Three Rivers. And if you know Three Rivers, or if you're from South Carolina or the Lexington area, you will know that Three Rivers is a mental health facility.
I'll drop the new updated link for all Discord members, everybody who is rejoining. Again, we are launching. We're relaunching. Tonight's the relaunch of everything. For me, coming back on, I have everything that I needed. I just had to get the whole setup. I know a lot of people missed it. Yeah, we got it. We're good.
And so pieces are coming together a little more. Elena is apparently at this mental health facility before she went missing. She checked out. She was out for a while. Suddenly she's missing, and all these strange things are happening. So the Mills also finds out from sources that Elena and her husband, Brannon Slice.
This is him, and allegedly he was, again, ex-law enforcement, and she, I'm pretty sure, was from Russia. Correct?
Had been together for more than 13 years, but just got married 2 years ago in 2024. And police say that—
Another thing I did kind of want to point out was the friend said Elena wanted to speak privately and allegedly told her there were too many people around to discuss what was bothering her. That was a thing that stood out too, that the friend has said. So what was so important it couldn't be discussed publicly, y'all? Was it domestic violence? Was it drug use? Was she being pimped out? Allegedly. If you haven't heard it from law enforcement, it obviously is not true, but I'm just bringing the discussion to the table. What was so important that she couldn't say around anybody? That's what I want to know. I'm curious about that. I have to know, because for you to not tell your friend this and you say that and then you say you're afraid for your life, I just don't understand. You know, salute to the friend for coming out and saying so, if that's the case, but why wait until something happens if she's afraid for her life? If that, you know, I just think of my friend telling me I'm afraid for my life. I'm going to get that shit out of them right then. I'm not waiting until I find you dead or hear about you being found dead. That's just my take on that. But, you know, I do find that to be a little bit weird. So what, again, was so important it couldn't be discussed publicly? And did Elena ever get the chance to have that conversation? So I think she tried to call her. She said she tried to call her, but she didn't answer. So that part throws me off too, y'all. It does. It does. And then again, the timeline. Why did Elena leave the gym and head toward the wooded area? Was that a normal route for her? Was she meeting anybody? What happened between the last confirmed sighting and when she was found? Was she really being hurt when she was in front of that Ring camera? Why did she go and pick up this DoorDash and bag, you know, the order that was delivered that wasn't clearly hers, and then read the receipt, say, oh shit, hand it to the guy, try to walk in his house, and then walk off, sit at the neighbors and pick up the neighbors' packages? What was going on? Is there drugs involved? That's what I want to know. I mean, it's mighty odd to me that she was trying to buy time, and it was like she was hiding at this specific area. You know, that is kind of weird to me. And that's just how I'm looking at that. Thank you, Mama D. I appreciate you taking care of a lot of that stuff. You said someone messing with someone's package. I smell badness, or the business. She even looks confused at the gym. Texas Lollipop says. Usually post community after live for that. Yes, I do. You're right. You're right, Gypsy. I'm glad you remember that. Salute to you. I appreciate you. I do appreciate you. You said, oh yeah, he's jealous of that lady. She's got a workout body. So maybe, you know, putting her through some of those things. What's going on, Lil B? Appreciate you, buddy. Something isn't adding up. Zoe, I agree. Something is definitely not adding up. And again, we're going to open them lines up. The new number is at the bottom of your screen when I do open them up. If you want to call in, shout out to the prayer warriors in the building. 757-276-8703 is the new number for the new live. It's not 219-885-9693 no more. It's 757-276-8703. I remember it. We're good.
It was Brannon who reported her missing the day after she was last seen on June 11th. And they say that he is not a person of interest.
Well, allegedly she was at this mental health facility before all this had went down. What's going on, Susie? Shout out to you. I unblocked everybody on the block list. So if you know, new beginnings for everybody. Get in where you fit in. If you want to be a part of the program and you want to add in your input, I'm fine with that. I don't got no grudge with nobody. I don't have beef with nobody. I don't care who speaks on me. Don't come in here talking about, oh, this person made a video, because I don't care. Keep it a buck. We're here to give voices and magnify these stories, have the talks people aren't willing to have, and push the voice forward. It's not about drama in the community. We don't give a shit about drama in the community around here. We care about pushing the voice forward, helping the actual cause, helping people get found, and pushing those stories to a broader audience, regardless of the fact that, people, I know people don't like hearing these discussions and, all you're doing is speculating and blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? We're bringing eyes to the story and it's being heard. How about that? It's better than, spreading the negativity around. It's better than talking about creators that have nothing to do with the case in general. I want to keep it about the light, the person, who they are, finding the voice. That's what it always was about. And we're back on that. So salute to everybody sticking with me. And again, I do apologize for those the last year and a half. I did hop on at times and I was a little bit angry, and I can go back and look and see that I was very angry. I don't even like watching those videos because I know I was angry. I was in a different type of mindset, but we were back in that Idaho 4 mindset that, Savannah Soda, listen to me. All of them, all the stories. I'm back in that mindset. Kansas City 3, all of them. Missy Bevers. We're back to that type of feel again. We're back where I'm honed in on what is the light and why I'm here in the first place. How about that? Zoe, appreciate you.
Interesting. I have questions about that. It's awfully early to be ruling people out, right? Especially with all this weird stuff happening. So Mills is also told that Brannon, the husband, and Elena had apparently been having some trouble, some difficulties, relationship issues. So again, how is a husband ruled out so quickly? As we all know in true crime, it doesn't even matter. You just automatically have to look at the beginning, at the middle of the concentric circle, those who are closest to a missing or vulnerable person, and then you move out from there. So a husband, you would think, would not be ruled out so quickly, but I'll be interested to hear what the police have to say. And they held a press conference just a couple hours ago. I was watching it live, very disappointed, didn't have a lot of information, but I am recording this at 6:50 on June 17th. So the Lexington PD gets behind the mic, the police chief, and they say that because of a tip, very important, because of a tip from the public, they were able to search an area near Old Cherokee Road. They started that search around 1:30 this afternoon, and it was at about an hour and 15 minutes later, 2:48 p.m., that they found a body.
I'm here, y'all. We're just listening. I'm listening.
Here's what's interesting about the tip. The tipster called the police and said, I think I recognize that lady. Dude. And she was seen.
Thank you so much. Expect a lot more of it. We're turning up. All cases, anything that you want me to cover, send in. I know there's a lot of Idaho 4 been going on lately, but I feel like that's the guy. I don't care what nobody. I don't care about the content they're putting out and the narratives that they're pushing. Explain the DNA. Show me who planted it. Bring me to the guy who planted it. Give me definitive proof of the plantation, and then I can say, okay, he did it. But he definitely did it. I mean, didn't do it. That's what I was saying, right? He didn't do it, right? No. Fuck out of here with that. He didn't do it shit.
Oh my God.
Brian Kohlberger's DNA was at the scene on a sheath. I don't care how many conversations and how many times you want to spin that story online and twist it and make him try to look innocent. The dude literally pled guilty, DNA at the scene. If that knife sheath wasn't there, I don't think I think he could have possibly beat it, but that shit's over with. Why are people trying to live on Idaho 4? Let those people, recover.
In our area on June 11th.
Let them recover.
So now the searching begins, and here we are, June 17th, 6 days later. But, the media got the word out and people started realizing, wait a minute, that's not normal. And then they searched that area. Is it the same tipster as the neighbors who had her on the Ring doorbell cam? I do not know that. Possibly. We just know that the police chief said a tip was called in. Elena was seen on a doorbell camera on June 11th in their area, and they began searching. So the body they came across apparently, they say, fits Elena's description in the fact that this person was wearing the same clothing that Elena was described to have been wearing. But they, at this point, have to wait for the coroner to make an official identification. But they did say this: we have asked South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, which we often refer to as SLED, to investigate this death investigation, and that this is an active investigation. So then a reporter asks, well, is there foul play, right, in this investigation? And the frustrating answer was, it's an active investigation. So the police wouldn't even say
I'm not sure
whether it.
See, that's another thing that I want to know, and I'm glad you're bringing that up, Marin. Is it Marin? Tell me if I'm saying that right. I feel like I butcher your name every time. Hopefully I'm saying it right. Or Marin or Marin? Which one? First or second? But yeah, was she diagnosed with anything like anxiety or depression? That's a great question that we would definitely want to know about. What's going on, Ashley? Salute. Zoe said exactly 100%. I'm sorry, that's what Idaho. My thoughts on there. New info supposedly coming tomorrow. Not sure if it'll be a presser, and that's on. Is that on this case? Idaho is done. Kohlberger is the murderer. Right. That's my personal opinion on that. But that's over with. He said it's a cult. Susie, thank you. I appreciate you becoming a member. Oops, wrong button. There it is. He said Trev had us when he chased the kid, shimmy out of jail. I'm done. This case happened not far from me. Yeah, in Carolina, in South Carolina. That's a fact. Is it New Lexington or Lexington? Got to be foul play. I think it's foul play on this. But with everybody in the chat, is this a woman that was just crazed and went and died in the woods and just laid there and said, fuck it, I give up? Allegedly. Or was this somebody who was hurt by somebody? Was she having an episode? What happened here? Do you think foul play? Or was this an all natural thing that happened to her and she died because of maybe sleeping in the woods or something? I'm curious because it just stinks. The husband being cleared, all that stuff super quick. It's just, it stinks.
It appears that Elena had met with some kind of,
nope.
Criminal activity. They wouldn't say if this looked like a suicide. They wouldn't say anything. They wouldn't even say where this body was found. And again, I can't say that it's Elena. It just appears they've held the news conference. They said the body is wearing the same clothing. But still, it just seems to be a bit of a weird mystery. You have all these weird coincidences of strange behavior, and then a disappearance, and then a body found, and it's not necessarily suicide right away, but a death investigation. And in comes, the SLED investigators to look into this. That only meant that I needed to call Mills Hayes, because as a great reporter, she's been digging in and she's been talking to sources and friends of this missing woman. And so I had an opportunity to speak with Mills.
Okay,
here's our conversation. Mills, it's great to have you. Thank you for joining the podcast.
Okay, hold up. And I'm going to open up these lines now, too. I want to hear from some of y'all. Come on. 757-276-8703. Let's fire this off. Go ahead. Try me. Does it say I need to upgrade? Access professional calling features. Go ahead. I'll let you.
This is a very distressing story and a very distressing development. Walk me through where we are.
You said it seems like her breathing was way off. You don't just die in the woods like that. In my opinion, I agree, Jay, 100%. Sandra says foul play. I got to do my one for yes, two for no shit. That was a little too much. It's all good, though. I'm just getting my footing back. We're all good. It seems like her. I seen that. You said, I feel like something happened to her. Shars does. Leisure says it doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't. Brian says immediately foul play. Gypsy says foul play, left for dead in woods. Ooh. And her face was so, I did hear this. Her face was supposedly so badly decomposed that it was unrecognizable. And that's why they weren't able to identify her right away. I don't know. Just enough for them to get them papers right so they can cover it up, allegedly. If you haven't heard it from law enforcement, it's not true. I do have to reiterate that. Dozed off. Glad you're still here. Getting used to the new meds. I hope you get used to them, brother. You know?
And the unusual nature of this missing person's case.
Right. Well, I mean, we just heard less than 30 minutes ago that Lexington police confirmed that they did find a body that matches the clothing that Elena Moore was last wearing when she was last seen at that Planet Fitness last Thursday on on Friday, so June 12th. And so we know that they found a body there, and they had closed off that road for a couple of hours. And we don't yet know if it is her for sure. They're waiting on the coroner's report to come in, but they've handed this over to the South Carolina Law Enforcement Enforcement Division for a death investigation. And, you know, we were talking earlier, but the police chief, Terrence Green, didn't really answer a whole lot of questions, just saying that this was an active investigation at this point. But I mean, this has been something that has really consumed the people in Lexington over the last week, because this kind of stuff just doesn't happen in Lexington. And I mean, from everyone that I've talked to, they said that, you know, she was well known around Lexington. She was a bartender. She worked at multiple different bars. She worked at CVS pharmacy nearby, and she was also a personal trainer. And so she was really active in the community there. And so this has really been a shock. So I think people are really hungry for answers right now.
I'm not going to lie, I was like going out of my skin with that press conference, because there was just so much that was left unsaid, and things that, you know, the police could have said, meaning, we found this body in the woods, or did we find this body in a yard, or did we find this body in a dumpster? Or, I mean, we literally have no idea. But one thing they did say was that a tip led them to this location based on something someone said on June 11th, last week. I mean, it's June 17th. That's 6 days ago. So,
8 days ago, that breaking in. Mental illness is so sad and so unaddressed in our rich society. A lot of people think it's mental illness, and that's where I'm like,
Apparently, this tipster said she was seen in my area a week ago, and what do you know? Now that they found her body, it just seemed odd.
Well, they did get the surveillance video today. And so I think maybe that was kind of the push for them to get out there. So they had surveillance video that showed her on June 12th. So she was last seen, or she signed in to the Planet Fitness at 6:41 on June 12th. And then this new surveillance video has her leaving the Publix, which is just, it's not far from the Planet Fitness. You could walk there with less than 10 minutes. And they show her leaving there a little around like 9:17 at night and walking towards Old Cherokee Road. And so you it's a hill. So you got to walk down, and then you go through North Lake Drive, and then you cross onto Old Cherokee Road again. And that's where police had a section of Old Cherokee Road closed off since around 1:30. And they say that they found a body that matches her, the clothing, at around 2:48, and that they were searching in a wooded area. And so we assume that she was found in that wooded area, because that's where they had been searching. They had the Lexington police out there, the Lexington Fire Department out there. And so it was that new video that really allowed them to go in that area. They did another search on Monday too.
What do you said? I think she met up with someone, took some bad stuff. God rest her soul. You know, we just opened the lines. I made sure it's working. You can call in at 757-276-8703. I know that this is wild. What is your thoughts, opinions? What do you think happened here? Is there something that people aren't looking at? Or should people just back off and, you know, she's good. Everything doesn't have to be bad, right? That's not what we're saying. But if there wasn't these weird circumstances that came up to when this happened, and I really wouldn't be talking about it, to be honest with you. Like, if there's the fact that there's video footage out there showing her so like this, standing at a door, so disoriented, the way she's handing it back, it doesn't look good. It looks like something is going on, and a lot of people are jumping to mental health, but was there really something deeper than mental health going on here? Was there dark secrets behind closed doors? That's what I don't know. And that's why I've really been like watching this, and my attention has been there.
In a different part of town after getting surveillance footage.
That's all I had to see was
obviously that didn't lead them anywhere. So now we do have this new information.
Okay, the weirder part of all of this was the folks that you came across who said that she showed up on their doorbell cam and was trying to take their DoorDash order and rifle through packages, at the neighbor's house. It all just seemed very. Walk me through your conversations with those neighbors and what you were left with their bizarre story.
Well, I mean, they were telling me that they, for so long, thought that this was just a crazy DoorDash experience, and that they thought that she was their DoorDash driver when all of this had happened. And then a couple of days later, they see her photo that had been posted by police and the missing person flyers that were everywhere. And they were like, wait, that girl looks an awful lot like that girl that was at our door. And they went back and they went through their Ring camera footage and realized, yes, oh my goodness, this was her. They handed that over to police. But in the video, and they described this to me too, there's two women that walk up to the second floor of an apartment complex. And there's one woman who drops off the bag of food. She backs up to go and try to take a picture, as a DoorDash driver does. And
Hold on. I want to jump to this one
believe
real quick. One
it
second.
more than likely is. So the investigation is being handed off to SLED, South Carolina
Is this him
Law
speaking? Hold
Office.
on.
It's the law
Here we go.
office of James R. Snell
Hold up,
Jr.
y'all.
Hey,
You
my
gotta
name
watch
is
this.
Brandon Slice, and I'm a private investigator. And prior to being a
My
private
boy.
investigator, I worked for the Lexington County Sheriff's Department for 14 years. And my job here with the Snell Law Firm is I'm the private investigator for the office, and I meet with the clients whenever they come in for whatever problem. If there's witnesses that need to be spoke to or any kind of thing to help prepare your case for trial is what I do. One thing I'll say is from day one, whenever you come to the Snell Law Firm, they're going to give you a peace of mind that your case is handled professionally and properly. It's a very stressful time whenever you come in to an attorney's office for whatever reason it is. Something happened that didn't go right, and you don't want to have to stress over wondering what's going on. You're always going to be kept in the loop through his office. Mr. Snell's created a staff that's like no other. They cater to your needs, and they customize a case plan for everybody that walks through the office. You're never going to have to worry about whether or not things are being handled properly in your case to get the best outcome available.
So Brandon Slice works for this law office. Law and Crime reached out to Elena's husband, Brandon Slice, and had a quick conversation with him, not an interview, but effectively, this is the way this quick discussion is characterized. As far as her personal life is concerned, meaning Elena, she's married to someone. They weren't naming him. They spoke to that person. They said that he said police have advised him not to make comments to the media, but when allowed, he would be interested in speaking to the media in the future. And he's the person who reported Elena missing one day after she was last seen. I have so many questions. For starters, whenever someone is missing and the circumstances are unusual, the family members are instantly the very first people you look at, right? They're the very first people who are.
Am I muted right now? Hold up, was I just muted? Let me find out I was muted. My bad. I was saying that it's like the good old boy type thing going on here. I'm kind of like, when I'm looking at it, right? I know I'm muted. I felt so stupid, but we're good now. But it's like the good old boy theory going on here. That's what I was saying. This is some good old boy shit. Where like they were quickly writing everybody, or clear, husband's clear, this person's clear. And I think he did it so fast because he has relationships within the police department, allegedly. I do not know that to be true, but that's just from the outside looking in. When I look in, it's like my homies work in this police department. And, when you've worked somewhere before, if you were cool with people, they might have your back. Especially if you worked with a lot of those investigators. 13 years, was it 13 years or 18 years? I heard he was between that range, that he was a police officer or whatever. So it's kind of like you built a lot of relationships like that, homie. You built a lot of relationships like that. So yeah, something stinks. I don't know. It stinks, y'all.
Oh my God.
That's what I feel about it.
Investigated. So I would find it very strange that the police would say to a husband, in guidance, we recommend that you don't speak to the press. I don't think that they would give guidance to a family member, a husband in a suspicious disappearance of a woman. Maybe I'm wrong, but he is former law enforcement.
I fixed it.
So I do wonder if they're giving him special treatment. I don't know that. But
then I do have to look at that aspect too. They're going to obviously come out and say things to make the person, if someone did take her life, they're going to come out and say things like husband's cleared, to have people start moving a certain way. Because what are you going to do if you think you're clear? You're going to pop your chest out. Damn, I'm getting away with this. If she was in fact taken, killed, snatched by somebody, thrown into the woods, and her face being decomposed. I don't know. She was found within a couple days, and supposedly it rained, but we don't know the condition of the body either, besides hearing that it was allegedly so badly decomposed that they couldn't recognize her face.
It's the first thing I wonder is if this guy, who should be your first target of investigation, just not saying he did it. I'm just saying that every family member, when someone goes missing, is instantly questioned, and you move out from the concentric circles.
Nice to see you too.
But this guy says that he was advised by the police not to talk.
I take him right now.
So we're hearing some different things on the ground, and from a very, very trusted source. If you know Sergeant Vicki Rains, she knows this business inside and out. And I say that because Vicki Rains is one of the stars of the hit Netflix series Missing, Dead or Alive. It's a true crime docuseries that follows investigators with the Richland County Sheriff's Department Missing Persons Unit. And if you've seen the show, you know that that's why I would have called her, right, for her expertise in this exact kind of thing, a suspicious disappearance of a woman. But there's even more to Vicki Rains. Sergeant Vicki Rains in Richland County is a stone's throw from Lexington. So she's connected to a lot of people in that community. And Vicki Rains says that
thank you, my friend.
That description from Elena's husband that the police told me not to comment, and maybe later I will, it doesn't pass muster. She says the only person who would say something like that to the police or have a communication would be his lawyer. And the lawyer would say, I'm not commenting.
That's a fact.
It wouldn't be the other way around, with the police telling him not to comment, if that makes sense. And there's a lot more that she's hearing as well, that this case just seems a little bit
Captain Jenks,
weird.
My man.
Anyway,
I know it's me. But yeah, we do, the lines are open too. What, 757-28? The new number's at the bottom. You can call in whenever you want. I don't care. Or you don't have to. It really don't matter. I'm gonna cook up in this joint anyways. He said it's all skullduggery. You could be clear fast, but they can come back once more evidence comes out. D is fierce says it stinks even worse if he gave her a cease and desist letter. Yeah, the friend. He did though. So allegedly, somebody said in chat, I haven't seen it with my own eyes, but again, somebody did say that. I like Banfield. She keeps it real. I do like her head to head, like she goes head on with the reporting. I do appreciate it. Nancy Grace though. I feel like Nancy's been changing over the years though. We need that old Nancy. We need that old Nancy back. He said, I'm sorry. The cops told me not to tell on myself. I'm sorry. Call. You can if you want. If it rains, we'll see. What you got? What's your thoughts? You're more than welcome to.
I reached out to Sergeant Vicki Rains, and wouldn't you know it, she was all too happy to join me to lend some expertise into what is definitely an unusual and troubling case. Here's my conversation with Vicki. Sergeant Rains, it's great to have you. Thank you so much for being on Drop Dead Serious. What do you make of this very unusual story and the circumstances surrounding Elena Moore?
Baldy.
It is one of those stories that could go in different directions. It had a lot of variables to it. It's very unusual that somebody 39 years old goes missing for just, no reason. They don't usually just leave on their own or something.
And then ever since she was reported missing.
South Carolina. This definitely happened in South Carolina. Hold on, I want to play this. I got a reference link to it. So the friend said that she wanted to speak privately. I'm gonna pull this up and play this clip real quick for those who just came in. It's right here. Listen, this is the friend right here. Dang it. I got a clip of it right here. I'm gonna play it right now. All right, let's pull this up for 1 second. This is the personal trainer, right? Hold up. Let me make it a little bigger so you guys can see real quick. Let's move it like here. There we go. Here you go. Now listen to this real quick. I kind of want to play this for those who just came in.
Probably 10 years now.
Listen to what she says.
Elena is one of my best friends. I've known her over probably 10 years now. We're really close, like tell each other everything. She's been that person for me for a long time, actually. I think we're just all just trying to wrap our head around this, but my friend would not be alone walking at nighttime. My last interaction with Elena was very different. She was scared for her life. She actually said those words to me.
You heard that? Again, like that's the part. That's why I'm looking at this, right? Because of that. Like, how could you not pay attention to that? Like, and she never got to talk to her again. Hold up. I'm gonna replay it too real quick. I got you. I'm gonna go back to here. Look at this. All right, again. Let's play that back one more time. Again, that's the part that I'm honing in on, is exactly what she just said right there. Oh my God, this screen is just being weird for me. I'm pulling it right back up. Got you. Why is there's 2 ads on this? I don't know. I want to play that clip one more time, because that's important that she said that. Is that facts, or was she talking at her yin yang? Allegedly. Was she talking out her ass? That's what I want to know. I'd like to believe her at face value, though. I mean, come on. Here we go. One more time. Why is it not playing? Oh, I have it muted. That's
I've known
why.
her over we're really close, like tell each other everything. She's been that person for me for a long time, actually. I think we're just all just trying to wrap our head around this, but my friend would not be alone walking at nighttime. My last interaction with Elena was very different. She was scared for her life. She actually said those words to me. Alone walking at nighttime. But my friend would not be alone walking at nighttime. My last interaction with Elena was very different. She was scared for her life. She actually said those words to me.
I just literally said a whole thing. I'm muted. I said, thank you for being here with us. You're important. Your voice is important. Salute to you. I'm glad that you could be here. You know. Well, she said, "Thank you, Trev, for coming back exactly at the right time. It's been a rough couple days, and this live is just what I needed to focus on, something different." Salute to you. Your voice is very important. Thank you for being here. Don't ever forget that. Days get tough, shit gets rough, but listen, pick your head up, keep moving forward, and just put your faith in humanity in general. I know it seems bad right now, like we're down bad in humanity, but you got to find those rare people that are holding you down. You know what I'm saying? That do actually walk what they talk. So salute to you. You are important. We appreciate it. I was muted the whole time. My bad, y'all. I feel so stupid. He said, "Did we know if Elena was being followed into the woods?" That's a good question. No, we don't know that. And I'm sure if she was, they would have already got a couple pictures and shots out. She most likely didn't go back to the doctor to get her medication changed or adjusted. It's a great point that you bring up, because again, she did look disoriented in there. Now look at this right here. Let me make this just the whole screen in general. 1 second. I want to zoom in on it. Captain James, does this look like a woman that was being hit or anything like that? Do you see anything that stands out to you at all? Or did somebody doctor this photo and kind of put it out there? Like what this kind of looks like somebody who's going through some stuff. She's got a mark on her face, etc. He said, "I actually hired a retired IRS agent and he is so lax." Maybe he was taken into drugs, because excessive sweating and heart elevated breathing normal, and maybe she had an overdose. Thank you so much. This family has gotten me through a lot of long nights, and I'm just so glad you're back. Amen to you, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. It does. It looks like a red mark on the face to me. T, forgot to tell you, we moved to Florida. Dang, you out of Jersey, huh? Salute. Doesn't even look like the same girl to me. I've heard that elsewhere too. Didn't you say that? I know you did. Said the same thing. It looks like a different person. It does. It honestly does. Let me skim through this real quick. I want to get back to where's it at? Right about here.
Life, meaning she'd just been in the mental health facility, then appears to be disoriented, then vanishes, but also has this difficult piece in her life where she's having troubles and relationship troubles with her husband. How much of a coincidence would it take to have a random murder intersecting with all this other bizarre, these bizarre developments?
That would be very bizarre. That's why I probably wouldn't have ruled anyone out. Of course, I don't know what evidence they have, so I can't speak to that. But I probably wouldn't have ruled anything out until maybe after the autopsy and the entire investigation was complete. Because for it to be totally random, yeah, that would be very bizarre. That you would have these other things going on, and then something comes out of the blue and ends your life that has nothing to do with these other two issues. That would be very rare.
So she's last seen on June 11th. She's reported missing June 12th. And on June 17, a body is found. In South Carolina, and you'll have to attest to this, you live right there in that vicinity. It's hot. The weather has likely been quite hot for a week.
Yes.
Body has been there for the better part of a week. What condition, and not to be too macabre about it, but what condition would that body be in?
It has been very hot. It's extremely humid here as well. So if a body was in the woods for 4 or 5 days or whatever the number of days was in that type of heat, and then
it seems like nobody got nothing to say, and that's okay. You don't got to. You got to. You maybe
also rained some, but it's very hot and humid. It would start, a decomposition.
Would it be an advanced stage of decomposition, or would it really just be the beginnings with, say, let's just say 6 days, because that's the length of time. That's the max that it could be, because she's last seen on the 11th.
It depends. If she was in an area of the woods that was maybe where the sun wasn't hitting and it was very shaded or something, that may help a little. If she still had the hoodie on and everything that she was wearing in the video, where she's, it's going to be very hot and she's kind of more in the sun. I mean, it definitely makes it expedited for the weather to be as hot as it is. It's been very hot. It's been in the 90s and it's extremely humid. So, I mean, it would be, and I mean, I hate to say this, but there are also, animals in the woods and things like that. So, different things happen when we find bodies.
I gotta ask you this though: if Elena was truly scared for her life, what was she scared of, and why hasn't the public gotten a clear answer? Right? What was she scared of, or was this just a mental episode? I want to hear what your thoughts are. Why your thoughts are that way? Let us know. You can call that in at 757-276-8703. It's up to you. I just want to know, what time was it that she was last positively seen, babe? You remember? What time was it? So it's conflicting. What happened between that sighting and when she was found? And are there missing hours? That's another thing that I'm curious about. Is there missing hours? If she was so badly decomposed, you figure she died that night or around then when they seen her till then. And does every witness account fit together? That's another thing. But the timeline is so friggin' weird in this case. The timeline is supposed to answer all of our questions, but in this case, it seems like it just creates way more for us. It does.
We find them in all different states, depending on those types of things. If they're, been animals or the heat and weather and those type things.
It's interesting that the police chief who gave the news conference yesterday was so.
Remember, Detective John is always watching. We'll tell him, call in, man. Let bygones be bygones.
Reticent and just not willing to give any detail at all about the condition of this person, whether it was likely to be her. He said it was her clothing, but the coroner was very informative. And I was very interested in the brief repartee that I had with the coroner. Let me read what Margaret Fisher said, and I'd love to get your take on this, just as an investigator.
Okay.
813, you're on with me. What's going on?
Hey, T-REV, it's Jolie. How are you?
Jolie, how are you? I'm hanging in there. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I just wanted to congratulate you. I've been praying for you for so long and glad to see you back. And I'm calling in because I want to pray. I can tell there's some people in the chat that are struggling and having a hard time.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
Mostly I wanted to pray for your comeback, and I want you to remember that there's people that are not going to be, supportive, but you're not paying attention to those people.
Correct.
Because you're here for a purpose, and these people are what you're here for.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
Keep that in mind, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I read on there that there's a gentleman that has 2 business dealings that went bad, and then another girl that's struggling. So let's just pray for all that. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Lord Jesus, we just thank you so much for your being here with us tonight and putting your holy arms around T-REV and all of the RevGang family, because I know how many times everybody longed to have this channel back. It's a channel where everybody's welcome. Everybody, no matter what. Everybody's been welcomed here and treated with love and respect. So I ask you to put your special blessing upon all the people that call in, all the people that need help, all the people that are suffering, and for blessing all of us that we could remember and come back and never lose sight of the purpose of this channel, the voice for the voiceless. Send your Holy Spirit down upon all of us, and let us keep our eyes focused on the task at hand. There's so much hurt in this world, so much pain, and only you can heal us. But we're going to keep our eyes focused on you. And I ask for your seal of protection around T-REV and his family and all of us, that we can keep going forward. No matter what happens in this world, we're going to keep our eyes on the prize, on the final victory. And nothing can happen to us that you're not there to guide us and give us your holy will. I want you to encourage everyone tonight who's having a struggle, that no matter what happened yesterday or today or even tomorrow, we can always overcome. We can always overcome. We never give up. We never look backwards. We always look to the future. And it's a bright future. It's a shining future because there's love there. If we just reach out and hold on to that love, it's going to come to us. Keep your blessing on this channel and don't let it ever die down again. And in Jesus' holy name I pray. Amen. Thank you, Steve.
Amen. Thank you, Jolie. That was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one.
It feels so good to have you here.
Yeah, I'm
All
glad
right,
to
well,
be back on. I'm glad to feel like myself again. You know, it's been a while since I felt like this. This is 2 years in the making. You know, a lot of it went bad on the Sebastian case. You know, I went through a little bit there. You guys all seen from the lens on the outside, and you can probably tell the difference right now just in general, you know. So I appreciate you being here tonight. I appreciate you praying for us and just praying in general, because the world needs it, and it definitely needs us to push out a lot of these stories that people are losing light of. You know, they're losing sight of what the mission is. They're losing sight of what the real purpose is. They're fighting. Everybody's fighting with each other and turning on each other instead of working together to get the darkness out. And again, I walk in light. I walk in the name of Jesus Christ every day, and I try to actually really turn that sight back on that and not focus on the negative, the dark, the clouds that really dragged me out of the light that I was walking in. You know, sometimes we get off that path, but it's always good to get back on it, and I feel great being back on it.
I'm glad you're back on it, but I'll tell you what, you got beat off because you had the truth on your side and you had Jesus on your side, and you got shoved off for a little while, but that's for a higher purpose. Don't you worry about that. That's yesterday. This is today. Absolutely. And all these people that are on your channel, just remember that every single one of them, they're suffering something. And I'm going to be behind you, praying for you, whether I call or not. You just know that I'm going to be praying for everything I read, everything I hear, that I've got you in my heart, in my soul, and that I'm backing you up with all the prayer in the world that I can do. I love all of you listeners. I truly do. And I missed you terribly. So I'm glad that we're all back, and let's stay strong and focused on the future. Let's keep our eyes on the future.
Yes,
all
ma'am.
right. God bless you.
God bless you too. We got to get together one day and play bingo.
All right. You got it.
I still owe you a game.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Thank you so much.
Keep that happy smile. Good night, darling.
Good night to you too. Thank you so much. Shout out to her. Great contact. As always, Jolie has always been a prayer warrior on here, you know? I really do appreciate her. Shout out to her for real. She's always been a very strong voice here. That's for sure. Jesus saves, no doubt. You don't just turn to him when you get in the jam either. You can't. It don't work that way. I've tried it before. It don't work. You can't just turn to him when you're in the jam. You got to live it every day. You know what I'm saying? You got to get that darkness off your shoulders and, you know, walk righteously. Walk righteously. Live what you put out. I'm praying my stocks go up for sure. I feel you on that. RevGang strong. Thank you, baby. Bango said bango. Thank you, Jolie. Salute. Talina in the building. Root. Thank you, Jolie. Everybody's thanking you, Jolie. We do appreciate you. For real.
Said, I asked if this was a written Q&A that went back and forth. I asked if,
she calls
in her opinion, foul play might be at afoot here. And she said the autopsy is scheduled for Saturday. They don't have a cause of death. They should have the positive ID for Saturday. Then she said, I'm not sure if foul play is suspected, as that would be a law enforcement question. At this point, and from my experienced perspective, I could not tell. Nothing obvious at that point. What does that tell you?
Yeah. So when she talked, did you hear what Ashley Banfield just said about the autopsy? She talked to the person and she said that she couldn't see anything that was suspicious at this point. It's a little suspicious at this point.
So if a coroner, anytime a coroner has said that to me in the past, I would take that to mean there's no outward signs, there's no stab wounds, there's no bullet holes, there's no blunt force trauma, anything like that.
It's not a game.
They will probably wait till toxicology comes back to see what's in her system and things like that. Wait for that type of stuff to get back. If she is saying that by her physically looking at her, she can't see any signs.
I got that darkness off my back. That's what I will say. I got that darkness off my back. I am back. I'm glowing and I feel like myself again. You know, ain't nobody can knock me off this mountain when I'm on it. And I'm going to be on it for the rest of my life because last 2 years, I learned some things. I learned some things about people. I learned things about myself. I learned what to look for and what to stay away from. For real though, we back on some different type energy this time around. It's stronger. It's gonna be stronger and better, and we're gonna create a lot more memories on here, helping and doing in the name of the voiceless, and really push forward and actually give back to communities. If we ever get to that point, we're gonna do everything 10 times better than we did the first time, and that's a fact. And there's not a soul of darkness out there that can come in here and stop this. There isn't. Start running. Because we turning up.
That would have caused this to happen, then I would take it that she means there's no outward signs of injury.
That's what I thought as well. But then I was wondering about strangulation.
Appreciate you coming
That's
by.
usually obvious
for years.
Unless someone's in an advanced stage of decomposition, which was why I asked about the weather. Can you sort of put those metrics together? A week, 6 days out and 90 degrees with humid conditions and animal activity potentially. And would you be able to tell as a coroner if strangulation was the manner of death?
It depends, like you said, on the level of decomposition and things like that, or what condition the body was in. Maybe, if it was fully intact or not, or something like that. But during the autopsy, a lot of times in a strangulation, the bone will be broken and you'll be able to tell that it was strangulation, even if there is decomposition on the outside, but that would happen during the autopsy.
That's the hyoid bone, right?
Correct.
You wouldn't be able to know that during the autopsy. You wouldn't be able to see it just from your initial,
correct,
right?
Yes.
And any bruising that might happen, that could be exacerbated by decomposition, correct?
Yes, sometimes that could be hard to tell if there was bruising, or depending on how they were strangled. I mean, if they were strangled this way instead of around the neck,
that's crazy.
It would be different. So it would depend more when the autopsy took place.
And how long does toxicology usually take in South Carolina?
It depends. It usually takes a few weeks. It doesn't take that long. It usually takes a couple weeks.
So we could be in limbo for a while. I mean, they could do the autopsy on Saturday and still say nothing outward at this point, still waiting on the tox.
Right. Yeah. I've had them that way where the autopsy doesn't really show too much. And then you get to toxicology back and then you're like, okay. Mm-hmm. So the toxicology does sometimes play a big role, especially when there's no signs of injury.
I guess I wouldn't be surprised if this was a toxicology event, only because of the other circumstances. She's been in a mental health facility. She's looking disoriented and confused. And so there could be a medication issue. It could be an accidental overdose. It could.
Medication issue. That's a good thought. Is it a medication issue? I don't know. I thought the same thing. When we get back, no doubt we are back. Nowhere to go but up. Been there, going to the top. That's a fact. Tell him, Angelica. That is a fact. I need to fix this Nightbot bull BS though. I need to slow some of this stuff down. Rick James used to call Charlie Murphy darkness. I see it. Darkness. Who you growling at, boy? Who is it? Get him. He said, when we get back, no doubt. Oh, yeah, I like that. I like that message. These sellers need Andy Taylor from Mayberry. it might be like Micah in North Carolina, I think, and her hubby was making her take meds. Interesting. That's what I think. Medication for sure. You think so? Yeah, a lot of people have been saying this.
Be something
Micah
else,
Miller
but
vibe.
it would be interesting to at least get a read on that early on. I do want to ask you about the notion that the Lexington police is handing it over to SLED, to the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division. Is that normal? Is that just standard part of the course, or do they suspect something odd and that's why SLED now has to take charge?
I live in a.
I don't know why they handed it over to SLED. That does happen from time to time, depending on the agency. So I mean that does happen. I don't know what their reason is for handing it over, but if there's some kind of conflict or they feel SLED can do something, they can hand it over where a state agency takes it versus a city or county agency if they decide to hand it over to SLED.
So we shouldn't read anything into it, or should we?
I don't know what the reason is why they handed it over. Lexington, the city of.
Like, look at what the people are saying. Like, some people are just outlandish with some of the thoughts, but it could is for sure. With all her symptoms reported previously to her death, I'm wondering if there was some poisoning involved. The disorientation, out of breath symptoms for a young person who worked out. I kind of agree with this person in the comments right here for sure. Swami Mommy. And is that what the name is? Swami Mommy? But that's what it says. She told the friend she was afraid for her life and it's bad. If I were her parents, I would send her to an out-of-state pathology or coroner for sure. Yeah, get in on that. I agree with this. And I know why they said that too. You can't rule the husband out so quickly. Facts. That's what I keep trying to say. Allegedly. You never know. Another woman in South Carolina dead with a big mystery behind it. And a strange husband, supposedly her having mental illness, supposedly, and the husband being tied to law enforcement. I like going through comments just to read and see what people are thinking, because I agree with the husband part. And again, if you haven't heard it from law enforcement, it's I've been muted this whole entire time sitting here talking, y'all. I feel like such an idiot. Again, I gotta stop pressing this. I was just cooking and literally just was muted the whole time.
Block his ass.
I can't believe I was just muted that whole time. I was over here cooking. You know how bad I feel right now? That's crazy. Anyways, what was I saying? You heard me. I'm talking to you and it's literally muted. Oh, well. Oh, you weren't muted? We heard you? Oh, okay. You weren't muted. Why did I think I was muted? What's going on? Because the light, it's the light. Like, look, when you hit it, boom, I'm over here. All right, so I wasn't. All right, we're good. It skipped out for 2 seconds because I touched it. You were heard. Bad. Okay. Most law enforcement don't put in 14 years on the force and not retire, and then PI work. That's the guy for sure. We need to talk about the crash too. I kind of want to do a little session on the other channel with that, but we'll talk about that at another moment. I kind of want to cover that a little bit. But oh yeah, Lynette Hooker. What about Lynette Hooker? Just don't touch it. I'm trying to stay away from it, man. I'm trying. I need to fix camera. I need to get it back just a tad bit. Like right there. Maybe. We need to get the cam right. I vote for husband. All right, that's a little low. Just don't touch it up there. I vote for the husband. What's the other channel? My paranormal channel. Oh, that's a whole different type of. That's a whole different type of energy. I agree. You weren't muted. Oh, bad. We heard you. We heard you. Okay, I don't know why. It was just. It's weird. Give me 1 second, real quick. I'm trying to pull something.
A woman named Elena Moore.
Not that one. Elena Moore. Hold on. Let's type this in real quick. There's another video I wanted to look at. Here it is. 12 hours ago. This had just. It was talked about. I can't find the segment though. Give me 1 second. Where's this segment at? What really happened to Marilyn Monroe? Was it suicide? They're talking about that still again. Inside look at a murder investigation. Nope. Where's it at? I don't see it. I'm not seeing it here. Track meet murder. There's video, body cam on that. That's Carmelo Anthony, which I'm gonna have to dive into that too, because people are a little bit out of pocket. So Marilyn's death. Let's see what really happened to Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe's suicide was staged. What are we talking about? Where's this at? New developments and double murder. Nope, that ain't it. Why did they title it this, but then don't even talk about it? Hold on, let me look at the timestamps. I'm trying to look at the timestamps on here because I don't see it. Maybe they show it in the beginning? Nope, they didn't talk about it at all this whole video. Dang it. It's corny. Nope, pulling this one out. 1 second.
Hey everybody, welcome to Jesse Weber Live. So we got a lot of big news to get to tonight. I mean, of course we do. We always do. But first, update on something we covered.
Luigi Mangione. I gotta cover. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, man. I don't even know where to start, but I'm gonna figure it out and we're gonna do it. Here we go. Pop that right there. That hooker, yeah, it was thrown to the shark. That's the one I want to talk about.
The search for missing South Carolina woman Elena Moore has likely ended in tragedy. Doesn't mean we have all the answers, but I want to explain what we seem to know. So, the Lexington, South Carolina Police Department announced that at 2:48 p.m. this afternoon, the body of a woman wearing clothing that fit the description of Moore was found in the area of North Lake Drive and Old Cherokee Road near where she was last seen. Last night, police released newly discovered security footage of Moore in a Publix grocery store parking lot walking in the direction of Old Cherokee Road around 9:17 p.m. after leaving a Planet Fitness on Thursday, June 11th. So that's the night that she disappeared. And that broadened the search today to the area where the body had been discovered. And this discovery.
All right, so that's that Publix. I just wanted to take a look. Corner yet. This has already been, that's an old video, by the way. I'm just trying to look at a few things. Like this. And where's the other one at? 4 killers. Right here. I don't know. Does her neck look a little red? Like, look at her neck. Look at her neck right there. Doesn't it look a little red? Like maybe somebody was put their hands on her throat or something? Pull up old videos and show me anything that doesn't, resemble that. Hold on. Let's pull up that other one again that I downloaded earlier. Let me see. Where's my downloads? Why is it not showing me my dang downloads? Hold up, y'all. Pictures. Downloads right here. No, it wasn't that one. It's on my desktop, I think. It's got to be. No, that's not it. Where's it at? Here it is, right here. Kind of looks like Katie Proudfoot, allegedly. This does look like Katie Proudfoot. Tell me I'm bugging. Tell me that looked like Katie Proudfoot reincarnated. That is my wife. I remember that. Tell me that look like Katie Proudfoot, but it looks, I'm just saying, y'all, domestic violence, like what's going on, man? Domestic violence at all? Who's that behind her in the stairwell? That's the DoorDasher. That's the DoorDasher right there. That is the DoorDasher. I don't guess, but it does look like she's very sweaty.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying. This is one of the only reasons, like the video footage plus the friend saying what she said. It kind of matches up. I'm just saying, I'm going to go ahead and just say this right now. I actually side with the friend because, and that's just my mind. And I made it up that way because the footage that I'm watching and the picture that I see right here adds up to everything that she said, in my opinion, allegedly. Yeah, she's pretending to be the customer and she's pretending to be the DoorDasher. Yeah, she knows what she's doing. So why is she doing it? Is she a paranoid schizophrenic one, or she's trying to stay safe away from somebody who's beating the shit out of her allegedly? I'm just saying, is she running from somebody? Domestic violence brings on some crazy situations, and people will do things to be in a safe area for as long as they can sometimes, and it may be weird to other people, but you know what? Some people don't know what the DV people go through. Victims, they don't understand what they go through. The mind, the mental games, it can make you look crazy, especially if you're getting your ass beat by some man, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's very weird. It's very weird. It's all allegedly. If you haven't heard it from law enforcement, it obviously is not true, and this is my speculation. Again, it's just kind of, same. No, you said same nose, relaxed mouth shape. Like, look, does it look like Jeff? Does it look like she's getting hit? I'm just curious. If you have an opinion on this and you want it to be heard, you're more than welcome to call in at 757-276-8703. That's the new call-in line. If you want to, I'm curious to hear what y'all think. But it really don't matter. I could talk to this till I'm blue in the face. That's why she's wearing those oversized sunglasses. Yeah, hiding what's going on. I'm just saying, that's what I'm reading. I'm reading somebody who's getting their ass beat. And I've been around and grew up in a household where this type of shit went on. So I'm sorry. I kind of got to go with the friend. The friend is saying, hey, she told me she was in fear for her life and they couldn't talk about it in public. Well, I'm just saying, what is going on? It just adds up to the friend's story, allegedly, right? Or am I tripping? It adds up to her story. It really does. It makes more sense to me. You said I feel that the support, or I feel that her support group, whoever that may be, let her fall. I'm going to play that video again too. I kind of want to go back and just play exactly what her friend said. If you're just coming in, listen to what the friend said. Listen, this is what the friend said. We can't ignore this. How can we ignore this and then see pictures like this and then the little weird incident between the, DoorDasher and her playing as the customer? Let's kind of put this into perspective here. I think there's something here, allegedly. I think there's something deeper. I think something happened to her. And people,
when you buy or lease a new Hyundai,
are quick to cover it up.
Ready to add car to cart?
He probably has friends that are detectives there, etc. Allegedly. I don't know that to be a fact, but I mean, come on now. Use your mind.
Elena's one of my best friends. I've known her over probably 10 years now. We're really close, like tell each other everything. She's been that person for me for a long time. I think we're just all just trying to wrap our head around this, but my friend would not be alone walking at nighttime.
Hold up, what happened? It muted. Oh, an ad came on. 1 second. That's weird. Listen to this part right here. Let me get it. Oh my goodness. This thing's being stupid to me right now, but it's all right. I'm going to play it back. I got to get it to that last part and play it. I think I'm going to just record it, clip it, so I can run it back over and over again. Because just listen to her friend and what she says, that last conversation.
Elena's one of my best friends.
She missed a phone call too.
I've known her over
right about here. Sorry, y'all. It's lagging a little bit. I'm good though. I got it. Not lagging. I'm at the
scared for her life. She actually said those words to me.
Right here.
Very different She was scared for her life. She very different. She was scared for her life. She actually said those words to me.
You hear that again?
Interaction with Elena was very different. She was scared for her life. She actually said those words to me.
She was scared for her life. She actually said those words to me. What's the call-in number again? I got you. It is 757. It's at the bottom of the screen for anybody just coming in and you're just seeing it. Is again 757-276-8703. Again, 757 sent from heaven 276-8703. That's what it is. For anybody, you know, if you have a theory, a thought, something, you know, let us know. What's going on? Nice to see you, Lady Divine. You said that's too funny. Where's my wife? Where's my wife? I remember that shit. She's probably she probably was hijacking everyone's DoorDash order in the building. Yeah, I don't know what was going on in that mindset, to be quite honest with you. It's too funny. That is sad. It is sad. It doesn't make sense. That's a mark on her face, too. Sunglasses hiding these marks. Is that what that is? Sunglasses hiding it, you think? She's hiding the marks on her face? You don't think so? No. Yeah, that's it right there. I got it wide open. Because that is mine. I remember that. We're going to let that one go, though. We're going to let that one go, folks. You said, when did she supposedly have to say she was scared for her life to say she went missing? When did she supposed to have said? Oh, when did she say that? It was a conversation on May 31st. This is Detective Stalky Pickens, and I remember that. That's what you're talking about right now, Zoe? Detective Stalky Pickens, and I work with the Florida Police Department. That shit was too funny. I ain't gonna hold you. Yes, I am back, Gal. We're cooking. They ain't gonna do nothing either. You know we back. The best. Appreciate that. We cooking.
Yeah, I agree with him. I think she possibly slapped and maybe choked.
Slapped it. Who said that? Captain Jenks? Captain Jenks, woohoo. Those were fun nights. Yeah, we were cooking. So it seems she did not have. Oh, somebody's calling. Let's see who it is here. Uh-oh. 209, what's on your mind?
Hey, T-REV, this is What the L, better known as Tell It
What's
to
going
L.
on? What the L?
Hey, good to see you back.
Appreciate that.
I just have been paying attention to this case, and I was in the chat, and there's just so many questions, you know, about what's going on with this girl. And I think that it's the husband. Obviously, I think that, because I think it just is always typically the husband. Till death do us part. Someone in your chat said that, and we both agree, don't get married. But yeah, I just think that there's a lot of questions, and it seems like the cops, like even the private investigator that is working on the case with Dr. Brian Anton,
yeah,
he knows them personally, like the couple. And so he seems like he would be doing what the cops would be doing, which is having the husband's back. And it's like, he's saying, basically, he kind of said, screw off to everybody who's on the internet questioning the husband, or, you know, it shouldn't be a conspiracy theory about the husband. No, none of us know yet anything really.
Yes.
But when it seems like they're all covering up for the husband, like, why? Where's her family though? Also, like, we see the one friend she had, and from the beginning, the husband didn't, like, they weren't actually showing his face right away. Like, the first thing I ever saw, it was like, we're not going to say his name yet, and we're not going to do X, Y, and Z. Why?
Right.
And then they show him and he's like, I don't know. I think it's a weird relationship. And where is her family?
And well, I got a couple questions for you. Do you think there are important details that have not yet been released to the public that is not being talked about?
I would assume so.
And also, like, what part of the timeline makes the least sense to you? Because I don't think any of it makes any sense at all.
No, and I agree with what you had said. Like, you mentioned something, I think, like the night she was on the camera with the DoorDasher, where she picks up the food and the DoorDasher thinks that's like her house and she's just showing up at the same time, right?
Right.
But like that, again, I was the one in the chat saying that does not look like the same girl even to me. So either they're showing us way older pictures of her, like when she's in the gym and all that, and I know they probably got that off like her Instagram. That does not look like the same girl at all to me.
Right.
And exactly. I agree, kind of Katie Proudfoot looking, like red in the face, but you know, I just think the girl doesn't look the same. And if that's her, she also had like, and I'm not trying to be mean towards Elena at all, but like she had like a little like what looks to me like a baby bump when she walks away from the door. Like she does not look like the fit girl that they're showing us.
Yeah, it does look. She does look a little.
I mean, was she? I mean, who knows if she was pregnant, and who knows if she was like, even if she wasn't pregnant, maybe she was taking some kind of medication. But I don't think it was like doctor medication. I do think he was poisoning her to make her kind of out of her mind, maybe. Because what was she doing at that house? Like, why would she even be there at that apartment?
Right. Exactly. He's walking around like
she's lost, you know? And I mean, I feel for her, but I feel like it just would be beneficial. And I hope that the family is really talking to the police. It just seems to me like this girl might not have a lot of family and she got with this guy, or maybe he isolated her. Right. It just doesn't add up to me at all.
None of it does. None of it is.
And how come? Right. Like, and she walked out into like, I know they say there's houses that way, but like at first they made it seem like she walked out into like kind of like the wilderness. And why would she leave the gym and go into like a bunch of bushes if she wasn't like not in her right mind? And why didn't she have her car?
Doesn't make no sense. The timeline hasn't made sense from the start for me. And
right. Like, why didn't she have her car?
Why would the friend just come out and say, hey, she told me she was afraid for her life? That right there stuck out to me.
Right. And to show your face as the friend, because I know people are, that even the private investigator tried to discredit that friend. Did you see that?
Yep. Oh, yeah. They've been
so that to me, the woman tried to tell her side of the truth for her friend's sake. And then the PI that knows the husband is like, well, her other friends, you know, like he made her seem like she's just a liar. Well, she showed her face on national TV.
Listen, think about it. Law enforcement, like in most people's eyes, and I gotta say this, it's most people that are sticking to the script out in this world, the people who think they gotta follow everything that the government lays out in front of us. And a lot of these people look up to law enforcement. And who do they believe? Law enforcement, no matter what, instead of actually stepping outside the box and actually looking at, it's not like just because they have a badge and a uniform on does not mean that they are good citizens serving our country. I'm sorry. And I just got to speak on it.
I agree. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's good cops. Yeah. Shout out to the good cops out there, but maybe 30% of them are good and the other 70 are all crooked. Like, it's just, we live in that type of society.
That's the truth.
Like,
that's reality.
It's reality. And these people, we got people out here that are zombies and they're stuck to the script. They're looking at one thing. They think that everything's peaches and cream. They live the same life every day. They get up and go work the same job and get all this sweat equity. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just, it's weird.
As long as it doesn't affect them. Yeah.
People need to really open their mind up and think outside the box and actually look from a different angle.
We live in a evil world right now, especially like nowadays. Like, there's a lot of satanic stuff going on, corruption. People don't, if it doesn't affect them, they keep on going in their little bubble every day. And that's not going to help the world get any better.
It's crazy. It
is
my mind that a lot of people are tearing the friend apart, but why would this friend again go on national television and specifically say she told me she was afraid of her life, to lose her life? Why would she say that? She never got to have that conversation, and the friend even admitted that she called and she didn't answer the phone and she felt guilty for it. So I mean, it didn't sound like she tried
to show her face. She could have said, I don't want to show my face, and still, if she wanted just attention, she could have gotten her 5 minutes of fame without showing her face if she was lying. She showed her face. Like, that's pretty bold, to come out and in my opinion, that's why I believe she was speaking the truth. And now is she in danger though? Like, what's going on?
Right. Oh, that's a good question. I'd like to interview her, ask her a couple questions.
Yeah, you should. I mean, like, to me, I think that was really bold of her, but that's the right thing to do if that's your friend, right? Because nobody else is coming out speaking on it.
Yeah, I think she should. I think she needs to be talked to again. Like, do this, putting out a cease and desist and all that. But why would you put a cease? Why would you put a cease and desist out on something that your wife told her friend?
And if you were having problems,
about it, bro.
Why are you hiding it?
Yeah, exactly. And come out and speak about it then. Why are you being so behind the badge law enforcement? Why are you acting like that? If this is the person that you loved with your life, you would tear fucking mountains down to find out the truth. You would use the people in public that want to help you. You would use all the resources. You would use your law enforcement resources, and you would use the public resources. You wouldn't be
exactly, because he does have that. You have that when you're a cop. If you're a good cop, you have a whole community backing you, and you have all your cop friends. And my biggest question is, why wasn't she driving her car? Because in my mind, she could drive. That's what the friend said, but she didn't have her car. And so did the husband take her car? Did he punish her? Like, you can't go nowhere. So she left walking. Like, how did she get to these places?
That's what I want to know. And I believe she did walk from what I've heard. I mean, it just what I kind of make sense of, because if you listen to the friend, or not the friend, but just the story in general, actually the wife of the guy that the DoorDash she handed to, she says she went out, she was messing with the neighbor's packages, and she told her to go, and then she walked off or whatever. You know what I mean? Pretty much. I mean, that's the short version. But
and then that's what you mean when she said she felt guilty, because then she ends up dead,
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
This shit's weird. It's weird. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't always have to be a negative thing, but if it doesn't make sense, then it probably doesn't make sense. And there's probably something wrong. I'm just saying.
Well, when only one friend is talking as well, one person, like, God bless that woman who came out as her friend, because that's what the right thing to do is. But it just is very odd. The family's not talking. It literally reminds me of Idaho, and I have a different belief than everybody else when it comes to Idaho 4. But the thing with the silence of the friends, the families, and then when they do talk, it's a bunch of crazy shit, it's just like, what is going on? And no one's speaking. It's something shady and weird.
Yeah, see, Idaho 4, I have just my problem with Idaho 4 is just the DNA evidence that they have. Like, I don't know. And then why would you plead guilty to something? Like, that's my gripe with that, but that's a whole different conversation. I'm willing to
have a whole different thing. It's just the silence. And I think,
Idaho 4 is the heart of this channel. Like,
for sure. My channel too. Yeah, my channel too. And it is definitely a whole different conversation. My only thing is these little towns and some of these cities and some of these states, it just seems like there's a lot of corruption going on, and a lot of it ties to police corruption, things going on that the public's not supposed to ever get, word of.
And I believe more.
And if someone dies, it's sad. It's scary. It's really scary.
It is. There's corrupt people in all types of work. Law enforcement to your local McDonald's. There's all types of stuff going on. It is. There is peaches and cream. Like, if you start paying attention, you'll start seeing a little bit of what you were just talking about.
Yeah, and it's sad because but if you pay too much attention, I mean, I swear, I almost went crazy with Idaho 4. I got to a point where, because of what I was putting out, I started believing people were coming for me. And like, because I think when you start speaking the truth, it gets really scary about the truth. And we live in a time and place where the government is listening, watching, and the truth is not supposed to come out sometimes at all for no reason. Like, no matter what happens, people aren't supposed to find the truth. And the internet has made it to where we're all able to investigate on our own, you know.
Karen Reed, Richard Allen, somebody said in chat. They
Karen Reed. And then, I don't know, Karen Reed, that Michael Proctor, the lead investigator, he's literally going to potentially let bad guys get out of prison because of his bad behavior. That's corruption. These cops, racist cops, doing things that they shouldn't have done, and now he's caught up. I mean, he's talking about killing black people, and I mean, in text messages on the job, and just let them die, stuff like that. Like, that's not okay. So I mean, like, I don't know. I think that we're just really living in some scary times, and it's up to all of us to be good people. We all struggle. I loved the lady who prayed. Is she the same lady who would call in and pray for you before? Like, pray?
It is.
I love that. I used to hear her. That's so beautiful.
Come together, honesty. Like, people just have a problem. A lot of people shy away from certain things. They want to look a certain way to the outside, but then on the inside,
we all have struggles.
Cut up and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we all struggle, and we are not perfect. Not one of us.
That's a fact. Agreed, 100%. And you could.
And so it's up to us right now to save our country, because the people in charge of our country are not saving our country for us at all. And we don't need more people that, like Elena Moore, we don't need people just dying where we're not going to have answers. And because her husband was who he was, it's just going to get swept under the rug. Like, we can't let these things go.
So you know how much money I spend in gas just off the corruption in this country? Shit. The war, the unnecessary $4 a gallon, like, out here living on these highways, grinding and literally paying half.
Live in California. Think about how much it is in freaking California.
That's crazy. It's back down to like 338 here, but
it's wild. But
it's time for T-REV to get off the road and get back to doing what I love. So I'm like,
it's so good to see you back. And don't let like the sweet lady that prayed. Don't let people get to you, you know, do your thing. And I mean, it's tough to be out here in this like community sometimes, because people just love to hate on people. I've learned this. I'm a small channel. I've learned this though. And don't let people run you off though. And don't let them get to you mentally, because who are they anyways? You know,
that's over with.
Yeah, just keep doing you. It's good to see you back, and thanks for having me on. And I'd love to chat with you again sometime. But really, you have a lot of people, obviously, that really support you, and you know, it's good to see you back.
I do. I see that, and I appreciate everybody who has stood with me this whole time. And I do apologize for the pause and break and inconsistency of the way that it's been the last couple of years, but at the same time, like, we all go through shit in life, and there's wake up calls, there's new chapters, there's darkness that follows you around. And you know, I had the last 2 years, I had to look at things, like, and go back and rewire myself and come back even stronger this time. So I appreciate
you. And you got to do you. If you can't help yourself, you can't help nobody else, you know.
Yes, absolutely. And that's where I kind of focused on, was like, man, I need to get me straight. Like, I need to get myself back in my mind and find my peace again, because I kind of lost my peace there for a while. So
and the people that support you, they're here for you. And the people that aren't here still, bye, you know.
Right. Don't let the door smack you on the way out. We're
right. You know, so
light. Like, in the darkness, we will speak on together.
Yeah, you had like the channel that you were the call-in channel. And I swear, the minute I said, I was like, I want to be like T-REV. And I've never done call-ins on my channel because I'm little. But then the minute I say that, everyone else is doing it now in true crime. And I'm like, okay. And it's just like, but everybody has their own unique gift.
We set the bar for that. Well, I said we set the
Yeah,
bar.
yeah, you did. You did. And you had a lot of good, you really did set the bar, and you got to be proud of that. And so don't let your setbacks define you. You know what I mean? You got people that really do care, and it's obvious in your chat. And I just happened to see you were live, and I was like, who's it? I didn't even see it said T-REV, and I was like, T-REV, like I heard your voice, and I was like, is that T-REV? And then I looked at who I was looking, listening to, and I was like, oh my God. And I was like, dang. And it's just good to see you back. You obviously have a good spirit and a good heart. And like you said, like people go through things. It's life. And if people can't support that and people want to hate, then the haters don't matter.
That's a fact.
And you got to just keep doing it. And you got people calling in praying for you. Not everyone has that. I can guarantee you that. So
no, you're absolutely 100% right. And
and so when you got a nice sweet lady calling to pray for everybody in your chat and you know you did something right. That's what I gotta say.
Absolutely, I agree. And thank you for the kind words, and keep pushing. Don't give up on your channel. Like try different things.
Definitely.
Don't be afraid to try different things. And you just
Definitely.
it'll take off for you. Just keep pushing, put all your energy and make sure your intentions in place and where you want it,
Amen.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. And it was good to talk to you. And I do hope that this case gets solved sooner than later. But I'll definitely be tuning in. It's good to see you, and I enjoy your chat. So you'll see me again for sure.
Yes,
and I just
ma'am.
want to say, because I'm looking at the chat, and I just want to say, Doc Terry, I love you too, girl.
Yeah,
I love her. I love a lot of people in your chat. You got a good chat.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Salute to you.
God bless you, T-REV, and take care of yourself, and just keep coming back, okay?
Yes, absolutely. I'll be back again tomorrow.
All right. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
God bless.
Thanks for
Lock
having
your
me.
doors.
All
Stay
right. God
vigilant.
bless.
Lock your
Bye-bye.
doors. You already know the deal. Stay vigilant. Lock your doors. We back. Lock your damn doors. What she said? The OJ. Oh, amen. Caller. Expose them. No. Yeah, for sure. You got to call them out. Yeah, you do set the bar, make other creators check their character. Hey, look. This, when I first hopped on here, I said to myself, I'm gonna be me, right? And that's what I did. I got on here, it was me, and that's when things go up for you. So hey, if you're finding yourself, be yourself, be who you are when you're by yourself, be who you are when you're around people. Don't try to dictate and change that. Like, you don't have to look a certain way to fit in with nobody. And I say that to everybody out there. Like, you don't have to live a certain type of way for people to like or accept you. Like, you're accepted, you're loved, people will respect that. Don't try to be something you're not. For many years I did that. I was something that I wasn't for many years before I found myself 5-6 years ago. And I kind of I did lose myself a little bit, but who doesn't? Like, you go through darkness, you go through things, and you come out the other end stronger, pushing harder, and you glow and take off. That's just that. Ral, it's really nice to see you again. I was there when the Koberger thing started years ago. Nice to see you. I'll be watching you a lot. Thank you. I appreciate that, my friend. I do appreciate that. Oh yeah, I had it on Do Not Disturb. If somebody did want to call in before, I'm gonna end here shortly because I kind of want to go back and review and work on some content and get back cooking again. Now that I got everything running right. I got videos to drop, other stories to cover. I want to talk about the crash. I want to talk about Lynette Hooker. I want to talk about there's a lot of different things. So there's a lot of different content that's going to be dropping, videos, uploading, live streams. What do we want? What do y'all want to see covered? Definitely let me know what cases y'all been looking at and what's had your attention. But yes, there's a lot of different things and content and reactions to videos and things that I do want to talk about and content ideas fresh that are going to be coming out. So definitely look for those daily uploads that are going to be popping up. Look for moments in lives that we have, like just doing it a little bit differently, and we'll push a little bit harder this time. How about that? So hold up, let me pop that. You said what up? What's going on, Tara? Welcome. We appreciate you joining. Shout out to you. You always have a voice here for sure. And that was Becky. Who we got? Beautiful message to it was a beautiful message. Shout out to her. Good to see you back. Missed your show. Untamable said. We getting there. We get back. You said bro thought the firing squad back to kill him. They brought firing squad back to kill him. He had to plead to save. Yeah, that is I mean, that's a good topic. I'm definitely willing to have that conversation, Bullish. You know that. We'll definitely revisit that. I kind of want to revisit what's going on with Idaho 4 and kind of highlight the different topics of conversation around that right now, why people are kind of hot on it. I do want to have a live or two where we do have a conversation, revisit it a little bit. But I don't want to go too crazy because I feel like they got the right guy. And that's just that. Like, bro, if you didn't do it, then fight for your life. Why would you let the government stick you with something then? You said, I remember the first call in. That's crazy. Who was the first call in? I need to go back and capture that. That'd be crazy. I kind of do. Still the light outshines the darkness. That's a fact. I agree with that. Hold up 1 second. I need to bring this up. Cause I got something. Hold up. Where is it at? Oh, there it is. Take that. Go to here. I'm gonna download it and play it. Because people need to understand that. Hold on, here it is right here. Pop it just like that. There. Download. Allow. Hold up 1 second, y'all. I'm here. You said I'm gonna set the notification up. Good looking out. Appreciate you. We all are. You said we all are lost most of the time, but like they say, it's not the destination, it's the journey. That's true. That shit hits a little harder. Definitely smash that like button as you're coming in. You say, hey, T-REV, do Idaho 4 call-ins. A lot of people have heat about that right now. Hey, I mean, if people really want to get the cooking, we can. I'm stuck on Miss Nancy G case. Oh, Nancy Guthrie. I got you. Miss you. Keeping on. Perps are still out there, bro. A lot of people keep saying that. Hey, look, I'm willing to, Kylie. I remember Kylie Rodney and Cavalcante. I remember that. For sure. I definitely remember that. But hey, where's it at? Right here. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one, y'all. I'm gonna get the right one though. Hold up. I'm looking for the right one. 1 second. I got it this time. Pop it up real quick. Convert. I appreciate it though. Hold up. I'm about to end this one just for now, because I got some stuff to cook up. Look for the content. We're getting back cooking again. But I do want to salute everybody who has rocked with me though. Salute to the real ones that stood tall. You know how we be ending it around this joint. Give me 1 second. There we go. I gotta dedicate. I got a song I just want y'all, I kind of want to dedicate. Shout out to you. I appreciate it. 1 second. This is for the real ones that rocked out with me, This is for the real ones that rocked out with me. Let me close this screen, remove it, bring this back up like that. Comments. Captain Jenks, I appreciate you, big dog. Thank you. I appreciate you, Brody. You ain't have to do that, but salute. Hey, I'll be in this bitch cooking all day. I'm gonna get back to doing it full time. You already know what time it is. This is to the real ones. I have to share this with the real ones. My girl shared this with me, and it's been a repeat ever since she shared it with me. I'm like, damn, this song is hard. But this goes to the real ones. I salute. This is to the real ones that's rocked with me the whole entire time and never switched, never, slept. They already knew. We got to turn it up on it real quick. I got you. Salute.
Dear Jesus, I wanted to change. I'm over feeling all of this pain. I've been through the struggle, I've been through the rain. These haters are looking for something to blame. They always are coming all up on my page. Filled with their hatred, they think that outrage. When I am really laughing in the face. You either a RevGang or you are a snake. I don't give a shit about none of your drama. My faith is with God as I fix all my problems. You people be running and hugging and fence while I stay focused on myself and I'm evolving. I use my platform every day for love and light to make a better place. Watching these kids losing lives just makes me turn and say. Look. Nothing but pain. All of these families are feeling the same. Losing their loved ones to all of this violence. Our government doesn't want to make a change. It feels like this shit ain't the same. All of y'all do is just pick it up brains. Give up a little info, they conceal the rest and expect us to believe what you say. How is change gonna happen? You let these pedophiles run around and trash it. They touch kids, but the judge gets an ass kissed. And you expect us to wonder what was that shit? He touched a kid, he gets 2 years maximum. But gets back out on the streets looking for a scheme, sneaking in a family, then killing a team, and never stand together as human beings. This I'm asking for help. These bastards should really be burning in hell. At least the rest of their life in the jail. We really don't understand all of the fail. Audrey Cunningham, Quentin Simon, Kylie Rodney to Summer Wells. All my life I've been waiting for purpose, and now I have it. I will prevail.
All right.